A good Monday afternoon to you, everyone. It is 12:30 here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. I'm Jane Monreal. Let's start this afternoon with a check of our weather. After the time change, things certainly look different in the morning, but it feels pretty good here, at least in the Carolinas. Our majestic storm giving you your Monday and a little bit of the work week forecast.
Weather impact forecast, and what a great way to start the work week. Sun is out, temperatures reaching the upper 60s.
Majestic joins us now with more for our forecast on this Monday.
It's gorgeous today, and temperatures will continue to get warmer and warmer as we progress throughout our work week. I mean, we're really in store for a comfortable and quiet first week of November. There you go, live camera coming in from Dallas. It is gorgeous, clear skies there. Few more clouds still holding on right here in Lylesville, but it is nice really across the Carolinas. We're not seeing anything significant. Now, you may have noticed, hopefully you have by this time, that daylight saving time did come to an end yesterday at 2 a.m. So you still may notice that the time on your stove or your microwave or maybe even your car is still wrong. We got to change it because we officially did have to turn those clocks back. We did gain an extra hour of sleep. Sunrise this morning was at 6:46, so a much earlier sunrise, but with an earlier sunrise will still come an earlier sunset tonight right before 5:30. It's going to be very sunny and mild today. Our work week overall, let's just keep this going. Sunny conditions, temperatures into the 70s. If you like to play pickleball outside or you want to head out to the golf course, this week is going to be excellent for that. This upcoming weekend, enjoy it before we do have a big drop in those temperatures as we're heading into next week. But we don't have to talk about that yet. Still very mild out there. 60 degrees in Rock Hill, much cooler up there towards Boone, of course, 47 degrees. Now here's how today will play out for now the third day of November, rising back into right around those mid-60s. Seasonal temperatures for us, and most of us holding on to clear sunny skies throughout the daytime hours. Clear skies tonight, really allowing those temperatures to drop overnight as well. Waking up tomorrow for our Tuesday, you can see temperatures will mainly be into the lower end of the 40s, 41 degrees in Charlotte, 36 in Boone, and 36 up towards Jefferson. So it's just getting to be that time of the year. If you work outside in the elements, you want to keep those layers handy. If you have any outdoor pets, make sure you're properly taking care of them as well, as temperatures continue to get cooler and cooler. Yesterday we topped off at 63 degrees. It was a pretty nice Sunday, wasn't it? Today will be warmer though, right around 67 degrees. And if you like the trend of warmer weather, you'll like what's coming our way. Let's take you out to the mountains where we do have a nice mix of sun and clouds. 51 for your high today in Banner Elk as well as Blowing Rock. As we're looking towards the foothills, mid-60s from Lenore, Morganton, Hickory. You had some fog out there for some places this morning, but that has already mixed out by this point. Heading into the Charlotte metro area, we're looking at nothing but clear skies and a whole lot of sunshine. 67 degrees out there towards Rockingham. Warming up, 68 degrees for tomorrow, nothing but sunny skies, then nearly 75 degrees by Wednesday. And look at this will be the next 10 days, well above average temperatures. We should be right around 67, 68 degrees for our high. But look at next week, you guys. Take a look at the screen, going from 70s to temperatures only into the 50s for our highs, and lows right around freezing. So yes, no excuses to take advantage of this nice weather. It's nice and clear out there for most of us. If you still need to take down those Halloween decorations, today would be a good day to do it, or dare I say, start putting up some Christmas decorations. Sunny skies across the board today and tomorrow. I mean, look at those rain chances. We have absolutely zero through Friday, and then this upcoming weekend, just very small chances returning. There's that Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. Sunny skies taking us into a very pleasant first week of November. Even as we're heading into this upcoming weekend, not bad, still 70s, and it's really not until next week where we'll see those temperatures only rise into the 50s.
And that was obviously previously recorded on the early version of the stream here on WCNC Plus with our Ben Thompson, Lisa Washington, and Majestic Storm. Right now, we want to take you out to Newport News, Virginia, where trial is underway. This taking place now 3 years later, 3 years after Abby Zwerner said that she was shot by a 6-year-old in her elementary classroom. She's a teacher there, and she is suing the Newport News School Board, and so this trial now underway. It's a $40 million lawsuit saying that, against the Newport News School Division now. Let's listen in on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus.
The approach was cautious, as it would be appropriate to do so. And there was a determination made that when the parent was present, that search could continue.
Okay. And why would it be, in your experience, that a search of a student is something that could be cautious if you're looking for a weapon?
Well, we should always be concerned about the search of a student, regardless of their age. But certainly, and that is not something that any school administrator should enter into lightly. But I think it's really important to think about, this is a 6-year-old, this is a little kid, and we are going to do, just at will start doing body searches on kids. That's not any kind of endeavor that anyone should do, especially when they don't have a good amount of intelligence or information that would support that at that point.
Dr. Klinger, do you have any opinion on whether Dr. Parker could have foreseen JT's actions that day based on the information that she had?
I think it would be difficult for anyone to have foreseen that. I think the actions of everyone involved indicate that they were doing an analysis, but yet that they did not perceive this to be a plausible, imminent threat, both the behaviors as well as the actions, because it is a 6-year-old having access to a weapon and bringing it to school, and it is largely unthinkable and certainly unprecedented in terms of the outcome.
And Dr. Klinger, did you review any protocols of the Newport News school system in your review of the materials?
The crisis plan for Newport News, yes.
And did your review of any protocol change your opinions in the case in any way about assessing the threat or the school safety concern?
No, the protocols of a crisis plan provide a framework. They provide guidelines for what people should be doing. But they also have to, and in this particular case, they give people latitude for professional judgment. When a crisis plan becomes so prescriptive that you must do this, you must do this, you must do this, it really makes it actually more ineffective. So it is critical that people have the ability to use the tools that we've talked about and that use the judgment that we've talked about and incorporate or factor in the circumstances that we've talked about when they're making that decision.
And Dr. Klinger, are all of your opinions and conclusions you've provided to the jury today held within a reasonable degree of educational and professional probability?
Yes.
Please answer any questions Mr. Beniozen has.
Cross-examination?
Yes, Your Honor.
No. Object. It's another roadmap. Object.
You can have roadmaps for your witnesses, but not for theirs.
All right. Good afternoon.
Hi.
We're going to talk about three things, okay? We're going to talk about getting good information. We're going to talk about the threat. And then we're going to talk about over-under, okay? You understand what that term over-under means?
Mm-hmm.
And in your report, you talk about overreactions and underreactions. Is that correct?
Yes.
And it's also a term used in the gambling world, over-under.
Can't speak to that, but yes.
All right, so let's take it one by one. Let's start with getting good information. You talked about in direct how teachers are first-line responders, true?
Teachers and support staff.
First line,
Yes.
which means that there's a second line.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes.
Second line being the assistant principal, true?
Well, it depends on the hierarchy of the school. I mean, some schools don't have assistant principals, but if you want to say administration globally, yes.
And in this case, Rich Neck did have an assistant principal, true? And that assistant principal was Dr. Ebony Parker.
Correct.
And you mentioned before about getting good information and how first-line responders are closest to the information. Is that correct?
Yes.
And on this day, it sounds like you're critiquing the information that was passed along to Dr. Parker. Am I interpreting your testimony correctly, that you're critiquing what people shared with Dr. Parker?
Well, I think the nature of what is shared is relevant and important to it. I mean, we have to understand this is a tragic, horrific event for every single person involved. So critique may not be the word, but I think clearly we have to evaluate the nature of the information that was given to her.
Right. And getting good information is a two-way street. Fair?
Mm-hmm.
Is that yes?
Yes, I'm sorry.
We have a full.
Yeah, I know. I should know better. Sorry.
In other words, you don't think an assistant principal should just sit in their armchair, wait for people to tell them information, and then just decide what to do based on what they tell them, right?
I don't know that that's what happened in this case because there were other instances going on. There were when Ms. West brought her student and then sometime in the afternoon cried out for help, and Dr. Parker came because two students were fighting in the hallway. So I wouldn't say that she never got out of her chair because clearly she provided assistance when it was asked for.
Okay, so let's take it step by step.
Okay.
You agree that an assistant principal can't just sit in their chair and wait for information to come to them, true?
I think that an assistant principal can have a reasonable expectation that if there's something she needs to know, people will tell her.
Okay. And so she should just assume everything's okay unless somebody comes and tells her more.
Well, your option then is that you have to go door to door and ask everybody, hey, is everything okay here? Is there anything I should know? Is there anything? And that's not really feasible for the management of the school.
Really happy you said that, actually. Really happy you said that. So let's talk about going door to door. In this context, Ms. Kovac told Dr. Parker explicitly about a gun and a specific student. True?
At what point?
Around noon.
Prior to going to lunch?
Correct. Around noon.
There was a discussion of a weapon.
It wasn't a gun in his book bag.
That's not what you asked me. You asked me what she told.
Right. That's at noon, around noon. Did Ms. Kovac go into Dr. Ebony Parker's office and report that students were saying that JT had a gun in his book bag?
My understanding in the review of the materials is that she said that the students reported he had a weapon.
And your review of the materials, I hope, included the written statement of Dr. Parker?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. It's been pre-marked as Plaintiff's Exhibit 2, Your Honor. You were provided this written statement written by Dr. Ebony Parker.
Yes.
It has her name on the bottom there. Do you see that?
Correct.
Permission to publish, Your Honor.
Any objection?
Just 1 second.
Yep.
All right, no objection. I'm sorry, you said no objection, correct?
No objection.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, I'm just double checking that there aren't any references to the child's full name.
It does have the child's name in it, so
What's that?
it has the child's name and it has.
All right, so we'll block that.
Permission to publish, Your Honor.
All right, without objection.
Thank you. So, in the materials that you were provided, Dr. Klinger, this is the sentence I was reading to you, that around noon, Ms. Kovac came into my office and reported that the students were saying the student, JT, had a gun in his book bag. Do you see that? Mm-hmm. Is that a yes?
Yes.
And so, when you said earlier, you can't go around every classroom, knocking on every door, searching every bag. You recall that testimony?
Well, I was speaking in terms, your question was about finding out if everything was okay. It wasn't about searching bags.
Okay. Well, in this case, there was a specific child reported to have had a gun in his book bag. True?
Yes.
And because communication is a two-way street and getting in good information is a two-way street, you would expect the assistant principal to attempt to get some information herself. True?
Well, according to that statement and the materials that I read, there was a discussion between Ms. Kovac, who was a seasoned educator with a relationship with the student, third in line in the chain of command. There was a discussion between her and Dr. Parker, and Ms. Kovac indicated she was going to go and look in the book bag.
And based upon the information that you received, that she checked the book bag, there was nothing in the book bag, but that there was a report that there was something put in his pocket. True?
That was a report made later, yes.
And you're familiar that in response, Dr. Parker observed that the child's pockets were too little. True?
That's in the materials that's alleged.
And so when we're talking about getting good information, to make sure that we're on the same page regarding good information, when we talk about Miss West and Miss West bringing a child to Dr. Parker, do you recall your previous testimony about that?
She brought him to the office, yes.
In fact, according to Dr. Parker left her office and went and retrieved the child. True?
Which child are we speaking of?
The one that was eloping.
Yes.
So Dr. Parker at some point in time did decide, I'm going to leave my chair and I'm going to go deal with a student.
Yes. I believe she also left her chair when the students had the altercation in the hallway, and also to talk with Miss West about the student she brought in from the playground.
And during those times in which Dr. Parker left her chair, did she go and inquire with the student, JT?
Specifically to the student,
Yes.
JT, or about the student?
To the student, JT.
No.
And you mentioned about how when law enforcement gets phone calls on dispatch, they always want to get information straight from the source. Do you recall that? Mm-hmm. Is it a yes?
Yes.
And when we talk about getting information straight from the source, in this context, there were two girls who reported to Ms. Kovac who reported to Dr. Parker, true?
Yes.
And at what point in the day did Dr. Parker leave her desk to go talk to girl number one?
Well, in her testimony, Ms. Kovac indicates she didn't know who they were.
Not my question. At what point of the day did Dr. Parker leave her desk to go talk to girl number one?
How could she if she doesn't know who girl number one is? Because Ms. Kovac doesn't know who girl number one is because she didn't ask her name and didn't get the information, which makes it difficult to investigate if you don't know who the student is.
So Dr. Parker's obligation there stops because she doesn't get good information, so she can sit back and just...
And you've been watching live the trial underway out of Virginia. We'll get back to that here shortly. First, let's take a break on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Live Impact News here on WCNC Plus. All right, so it's a Monday night, the day before Election Day, but it's also an important day because later tonight, making for a historic moment for the culinary scene in Charlotte. This is really awesome. For the first time ever, Michelin Guide coming to the Carolinas, and the highly anticipated reveal happens tonight. Food writer, lifestyle guru, Charlotte's own Shindy Chen joining us live in the Live Impact studio right now. Shindy, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
You have been following this for pretty closely now.
Yeah.
And now the moment is here.
That's correct.
First, tell me, you have a watch party tonight. That alone
Yes.
is sounds like it's going to be fabulous. What is this watch party? Where can people go?
Yes, the watch party is at Substrate, which is a wine bar. It's actually situated right behind Optimus Hall, so if you're familiar with the
easy.
uptown area, it's very easy to get to. Tons of space. There's going to be karaoke. There's going to be a food truck. Hello Uncle will be there. It's considered industry night, but any friends of the food industry can go. So me and my fellow food writer, Tim Depew, we're going to be hosting a live stream of the Michelin Guide American South ceremony, and it starts at 7:15, but we'll be there from 6 p.m. So we're going to be watching live as they announce which restaurants get the recognition for any Michelin Bib Gourmand or 1, 2, or 3 stars.
All right, we're looking at some video or pictures, I should say,
Yeah.
of the event that took place in Texas. And for people who may not be familiar, explain what the Michelin Guide is and why
Yeah.
tonight's announcement is such a big deal for Charlotte.
Yeah, well, Charlotte has historically not been known as a foodie destination. When you think of like food cities, you think more Charleston in the South, or you think even Asheville has gotten a lot of recognition. So what happened was the tourism board invested heavily with Michelin to bring the inspectors to our region. So over the past several months, the inspectors are anonymous. They basically visit several restaurants multiple times. They want consistency. They evaluate the food quality. They evaluate the value. They evaluate how much of the chef's personality comes through in the menu and the flavor and the quality of the food. So that's how they determine which restaurants get notoriety and recognition. There are several different levels of recognition. You may have heard, a 3-star Michelin is a really big deal. And I will say, I don't think any Carolinas restaurants are going to get that type of, recognition. There's only 16 3-star Michelin restaurants in the whole country in the U.S., and I've been to roughly half of them. And it's just a level that I don't think Charlotte has quite yet. But there is a level called Bib Gourmand, which is a great value of great food. And I do think some of the restaurants in Charlotte, I think we'll get a few mentions there. And perhaps even maybe like 1 star.
Maybe a star?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe 2 stars?
2-star might be a stretch, but
Okay.
I think we will get several Bib Gourmand mentions. I think we'll get a 1-star hit. So it's exciting. We're gonna wait and see.
All right. And again, Bib Gourmand, what does that recognition mean?
It means that you're going to get great food at a great value.
Okay.
So there are some solid contenders for the Charlotte area. I can mention them if you'd like.
I don't think people would mind any kind of, mention.
So I think when people consider consistency in Charlotte, I've had foodie friends as well as people who may eat around out a lot, and one that comes to mind that always is recommended, may you bring your family, your friends, groups. Custom Shop is a contender. They're in the Elizabeth neighborhood. It's Chef Andres Kiefer's restaurant. I think they're going to be in the running for a Bib Gourmand. Also, Rada, which is in Myers Park, that's been getting a lot of buzz. They were recently actually shortlisted for the New York Times 50 Best Restaurants.
Yeah, he came in. He actually came in because of the recognition with the New York Times. Sure.
So I think they're in the running for a
Contenders?
Bib or maybe a star. I do think they have a shot at least of a Bib Gourmand mention. I'm trying to think who else. Restaurant Constance, which is Sam Dominich's restaurant. He actually has such a wonderful menu. He sources locally with a lot of local farms, and so his menu is diverse. It's always changing, but you get it's plated so beautifully. All the food is delicious. I do think he's going to get some recognition there. There's a handful of others. Longtime Charlotte restaurant establishments. I think the Kindred whole restaurant group, they've got Kindred and Davidson, but then in Charlotte they've recently opened Albertine. I do hope that they get some recognition. I can keep going if you'd like me to.
I mean, yeah, you've got a whole list, right? We can do the Shindy Chen guide here.
Goodness. Yeah, let's see.
You know, you've talked about a lot of these names and restaurants. It sounds like Charlotte is, coming onto the scene at the right time, right? It seems like we have a sophisticated palate out there. It's got to be exciting for the area.
I do think so. I recently wrote an article about how menus are changing. You know, people, in order to be considered as a foodie destination, you've got to have more than a standard a la carte menu. So what's happening is that a lot of restaurants are introducing things like prefix menus, tasting menus, which are that traditional long form, like 8 to 10 courses. The prices are higher, of course, but you are really getting to see what the chef has to offer in terms of his skill, and the food quality is there. The arts, like, just it's basically being served a plate of art when you're looking at it. So the other contenders, I would say, is when you think of Charlotte as a whole, which restaurants offer that kind of high-level tasting menu experience? And I think of Counter, which is Chef Sam Hart's restaurant, because that is one of, yes, it's on the pricier side, but you're getting a whole experience the minute that you walk through the door. Same with Prime Omakase, which is like a sushi restaurant, but that's, if anybody has ever experienced like a full omakase menu where you're getting like 8 to 10 courses of sushi in one sitting, that is also on the pricier side. But again, once you walk in, it is a true experience. So I think that's a different level of cuisine, and I hope that those two restaurants do get some kind of recognition.
So if you are interested in watching tonight, again, your watch party is at, where is it, Stargate?
Substrate.
Substrate
Wine Bar.
in Noda. And what can folks expect if they go out tonight? I mean, the industry types, they kind of know the scene, but...
It's going to be very casual. We're just going to have a watch party where we are live streaming the Michelin Guide ceremony. It is also live from their YouTube channel, but why would you watch at home when you can come join us?
Yeah, there you go. You
So,
probably
yeah.
have some nice eats and drinks as well.
Yeah, we're going to have the food truck out there. However, it's very close to Optimus Hall, so if you want to get some dinner before you join us, then please do. We're going to be out in the open. There's also karaoke tonight. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Yeah, that's totally my scene.
So it's wine, new and old friends, food from everywhere, and then a lot of, casual food industry types too. So I hope you do make it out and join us.
It sounds like a good time. A little bit of, right here on the beginning of what seems to be a flourishing foodie scene for Charlotte and the Queen City. So that's very cool. What are you most excited about when that list drops tonight?
I mean, the anticipation and the buzz has just been building for so long since Michelin announced that they were coming to the American South. So Charlotte, North Carolina is not the only state that's going to be considered. We're grouped with South Carolina, Tennessee, Louisiana. Florida has its own, but there's also an existing Georgia guide that's going to be added to tonight. So everybody in the food industry in this part of the country is just going to be really excited to see who gets mentioned, how many restaurants get that notoriety and recognition that they deserve. So we're just all excited, and we're ready to support and cheer our Charlotte restaurants on.
Fantastic. All right. Shindy Chen, she will be at Substrate tonight starting at 6-ish.
Yeah, we'll be there at 6.
But the party goes down, the list revealed at 7:15.
Yes, correct.
All right. So enjoy. Looking forward to the recap tomorrow.
Thank you so
and a list
much.
of where to go. All right. We are here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus just after 1 o'clock. We'll be right back. And right now it is just after 1 o'clock here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. Just for a moment, we will go back to that trial where the teacher is suing the Virginia Newport News District in Virginia after being shot 3 years ago. Let's listen in on Live Impact News.
Ms. Kovac has looked in the backpack and there is no gun, and Ms. Werner has texted Ms. Kovac and told her that he put something in his pocket. Dr. Parker did not know that until Ms. Kovac told her.
Right. So that's the moment I'm talking about. The moment where Kovac says, no gun in the backpack, but there's a report that he put something in his pocket. This little pockets moment. You understand where I am in the timeline?
Yes, I do.
Scale of 1 to 10. What's the foreseeability?
I think we're still basically in the 2 to 3. And actually thinking of the size of an actual firearm.
You're still at a 2 to 3.
Yeah.
All right.
And may I qualify what or clarify what you're saying? You're saying based purely on this information, not all the other information that was observed by other people that was not disclosed to Dr. Parker. Is that correct?
Well, ultimately, we're asking, and the question in this case, as you understand it, is Dr. Parker's actions, correct?
Right, but you're asking me to give you this numerical judgment based on purely the information you're writing on the paper, correct?
Well, yes.
Okay.
If there's something more that you think should be considered, you're happy to tell. I'm welcome it.
Mm-hmm.
When you said earlier it's unprecedented, it's not foreseeable, I'm trying to get an understanding of how these different pieces of information may affect that.
Sure.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're at a 2 to 3 still after the conversation about something in the pocket. Then the next discussion, as I recall it, and you tell me if I'm wrong, the next discussion is when there is a question from Mr. Sims to Dr.
Again, you've been watching live the trial underway out of Virginia where a teacher is filing a lawsuit, civil lawsuit against the school district there after being shot 3 years ago. Right now, we do want to turn things, it's a national story with SNAP benefits, the lapse happening over the weekend, and what that means on the local level here in Charlotte. A press conference held just moments ago by Mecklenburg County leaders, and they discuss what several $100,000 of benefits, how that is going to happen, how are they going to spend the money. Our Walker Lawson is assigned to this story. And Walker, what can you tell us about this press conference that happened today?
Yeah, well, again, it's very interesting to hear, local leaders spoke today and said that while Mecklenburg County does have the largest number of SNAP recipients in the state, they by no means as a county can really find themselves in a position to supplement the cost of the program is exactly what they said in quote. But they did devote $740,000 to this. Now, this is to undergo food resources, increase food in pantries, as well as expanding services. So being able to take their mobile markets out, as well as to just again getting more resources out to people, especially the one here behind me, to different resource centers across the area. But they also said they need help from people that live in this community. So they will be putting up food boxes at different libraries and at parks throughout the county. And they said this is really while it is, of course, something good that they're trying to put this money towards and trying to help the cost and to supplement this issue, they said this is really only just a fraction of the problem, and that they're also going to need help from the community as well, because this has become obviously such a really big deal for people that are impacted that typically are able to get food that now might not be able to.
This last week, you were covering this last week as well with other food banks, right, having to be resourceful on what they can do if the SNAP benefits lapse. Does it seem like it's kind of that same message and mission that folks need to step up, the community needs to pitch in so that we can all get through this?
Yeah, so on Friday we spoke to Nourish Up, a nonprofit here, who said, they've already seen an increase in people needing food and trying to come to their doors, obviously, to get service. And they said that increase started once the government shutdown happened, and they only expected it to, of course, increase as time has gone on now that these benefits have lapsed. So in that press conference, they stated the county's working with Nourish Up, who we also, again, as I mentioned, spoke to on Friday. They're going to be putting out about, I think they said, around 2,800 additional meals. So they said the same thing Nourish Up said to us. People just need to come forward. So the county is partnered with them. There's going to be basically a registry on Nourish Up's website where you can go and donate things. When we were at Nourish Up on Friday, right as I was walking out the door, there was a family coming in and dropping off some items for Nourish Up. So again, really just asking the community to step up and help, because this is a really hard time, especially for families as we're now going into the holidays.
Yeah, we're certainly seeing it around town. All right, Walker Lawson, thanks for joining us here on WCNC Plus. We will see you later this afternoon on WCNC Charlotte, talking about how leaders are going to spend and devote $740,000 to try to help SNAP recipients. And we'll be right back here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. Here we are back on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. Time right now here on the East Coast, 1:12 for your standard time. Out on the West Coast, it is Dodger o'clock as they are awaiting the LA Dodgers victory parade. It is going to start at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. But as you can see, the fans are lining up the streets right now. I'm sure they've been there all morning trying to get a good position for the back-to-back world champions after a very exciting series. Took it to all 7 games. They won in extra innings. Ohtani is making a gazillion dollars, and it is a sight to behold. So 2 o'clock our time. What did I say? I said 2 o'clock. Yes, 2 o'clock our time, 11 o'clock Pacific time. So we will bring you the live images when we can here on Live Impact News when it starts. We are also following, of course, the situation out of Jamaica with Hurricane Melissa hitting as a Cat 5 and now off into the Atlantic Ocean and dwindling away, but not before doing so much damage. Humanitarian aid organizations organization Convoy of Hope is on the ground responding to what is left of Hurricane Melissa and the damage left behind, especially on the western part of the island. We have Ethan Foritz right now with Convoy of Hope, who is currently traveling right now with a convoy of trucks. Actually, I can see you driving through the west side of the island. Ethan, thanks for joining us here.
Hey, it's good to be with you. Thanks for having me.
Ethan, when did you get there and what are you seeing?
Convoy of Hope has been here for days now, and the destruction really is intense. It is widespread across the west part of the island. I mean, when you think about a Category 5 storm with 185-mile-per-hour winds sustained, it's hard to imagine the damage that does, but it knocks down everything in its path. It rips roofs off houses. So people are right now living without any of the things that they're used to, the things that they need to sustain life. So they don't have food, they don't have water, they have no communication, they don't have hygiene items. Those are all of the things that Convoy of Hope is supplying. The roofs have been ripped off many homes, so they don't have shelter if their home is still standing. So it's a dire, desperate situation for the people of Jamaica here. This is the strongest, worst storm this island has ever seen, at least as far as recent history that we have recorded. So it's going to be a long-term response here, and the people are reeling. So Convoy of Hope is happy and thrilled to be able to be here, to be able to get some of those essential supplies to them just as quickly as we can.
Ethan, give us a sense of the scale of supplies. I mean, pounds, tons of supplies in this convoy. How many families can benefit from this reach?
Well, this is going to be a long-term response, so it's difficult to say right now because our supply is on. What we're doing and what we have been doing is purchasing the supply in Kingston, which was on the east side of the island, really was spared the brunt of this storm. Tropical storm force winds, not hurricane force. So everything is okay in Kingston. There are some power outages, but we're able to get the supply there, and then we're trucking, and that's what we're doing right now, is trucking the supply to the west side of the island. And it's not easy. Roads are difficult. There's a lot of traffic in some of these areas because there are only a couple of roads in and out of each part of the devastated area, the area of Black River and Whitehall and St. Elizabeth Parish is where we're headed right now. As you get into those areas, the traffic gets very intense. There's just a couple ways in and out, and they're two-lane roads. So there are power lines down on the roads, trees down on the roads, water covering many of the roads. So it took our team 21 hours of travel just a couple of days ago with a truckload of supply to be able to get those supplies to the people who need it. And that's what's happening on a regular basis for Convoy of Hope.
Still so amazing that Convoy of Hope is known for being among the first responders to such disasters. Although 21 hours, how were you able to mobilize, put this in perspective? You guys mobilized pretty quickly after Melissa hit.
Well, there's one good thing about a hurricane, and you know this where you live, is that you can see it coming. So we knew it was coming. We didn't know where exactly it was going to hit for a while. We knew that it was going to be very powerful and very slow moving, which means it causes a lot of damage and destruction. So Convoy started working very early on. We have partners on this island in advance that we were talking about our strategy, how we're going to get the supplies. And then you get here and you start working through that, and new problems arise, and you work through those problems to get the supply to the people who need it. So that's what this convoy is about right now. We're on our way to the St. Elizabeth Parish area to deliver those supplies. And we have more supplies on the way. Generators arriving today with solar power so that they can be running. We have Starlink that we can attach to those generators to create hubs in communities with zero communication so that they can communicate now out and let people know that they're okay, whatever help that they may need, somebody can come in and maybe pull them out. We're also supplying lanterns and water filters, just all of the very basic things that people cannot go to the store and pick up now. There's no power, there's no communication, all the cell towers are down, so life is very, very difficult.
You know, although following the basic needs, for those who don't know, Convoy of Hope is also a faith-based organization. How does that mission, how does it differ in your approach in serving the needs of the folks out there?
Well, a lot of what we do is work through the local church because they're great in our country. They're in every community across the country, and internationally, that's in a lot of places as well. So we immediately have partners and volunteers that we can call on in many areas around the world because of our church partners. So that's what we're doing here. We're working through churches. We're setting up those communication hubs at churches. So it's a place in the community everybody knows that they can go to get the help that they need. And it really helps Convoy of Hope because they have volunteers in place many times. If their folks aren't affected too badly by the storm, that they're going to come out and they're going to volunteer and help us do what we do. So we don't have to fly in with an army from Convoy of Hope. We bring in people to supply and manage the distributions, and we bring in the supply. And then we rely on a lot of our network of churches and church partners to help us get that supply into communities where it's needed.
No surprise, Ethan, that you've covered major disasters as a TV news anchor for 25 years. How does this compare in the coverage you've followed for other storms and the response?
Well, it's just as devastating in a different way. This is a Category 5 hurricane, so the damage is immense. It's as bad as anything that I've seen, and I've been to several of these now, and it looks like, if I could put it into perspective, it looks like a tornado hit, but the tornado was 50 miles wide. I mean, that's in essence what it was. So people who live in Tornado Alley can certainly appreciate that. Out where you are, you understand how wide and widespread the hurricane damage can be. So it is intense. I think there's a level of poverty in the area where this hit that makes the ramifications of the storm even worse for the folks living here, because many of them we talked with over the last couple of days have no shelter at all. They have no place to go. They are sleeping outside. They are trying to sleep in cars if the cars aren't badly damaged, just trying to get by, get through today into tomorrow. And that's really what we're here to do at Convoy of Hope, is get them day to day until they can begin to get back on their feet. But Convoy is known for working long term as well, so it's going to be a long-term response for us. It reminds me a lot of Hurricane Dorian, which hit the Bahamas in 2019, and Convoy worked there for 5 years following that hurricane to help people get back on their feet. This looks like, to me, a similar situation.
Oh, my goodness. All right. So, Ethan, if viewers want to help support the mission and this relief effort, how is the best way? Can they provide some help?
Well, the best way is a donation, because at Convoy of Hope, we're able to take let's say a $50 donation and turn it into $150 of supply and get it here to the area where the people need it. So we can do that through our great corporate and transportation partners that we have, the church partners that we have. And at Convoy of Hope, more than 90 cents of every dollar goes where the donor wants it to go. So we do that because we know people work very hard for their money. They want to know it's going where they want it to go. So that's convoyofhope.org/Melissa. And then it's free to advocate. Everybody can do that on social media. Convoy's on all the social channels, just like your viewers are. They're on social media. So look up Convoy of Hope. That will also give you an idea of what we're doing here on the ground. We're shooting videos. We're putting them together so you get a sense of the damage. You'll hear from some of the people we're helping, and you'll see the help that we're giving out. So Convoy of Hope on social media is a great way to do it too. Like and follow, and you may introduce somebody to Convoy of Hope who's looking for a charity to partner with.
All right. Thank you for your introduction to Convoy of Hope for our viewers out here, and we appreciate your time, Ethan. Good luck to you, and safe travels as you continue the good work out there in Jamaica.
Thank you very much. It's great to be with you.
Absolutely. And we'll be right back on Live Impact News on WCNC+. Time right now is 1:25 on a Monday afternoon. You're watching Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. If you were with us at all last week, it was announced that the new police chief is going to start her role. She is no stranger to the Charlotte area, certainly to CMPD. Estella Patterson, a veteran who retired from her position as police chief out of Raleigh, is coming back home. And so a press conference was held today, just wrapped up moments ago, with current police chief Johnny Jennings introducing, as well as the mayor and other county and city leaders. Let's play this for you now here if you missed it earlier on WCNC Plus.
Okay. So thank the council members and our community leaders that are here today. Public service is one of the most important, if not the most important, service that the city of Charlotte provides. And CMPD has a national reputation of being one of the finest law enforcement offices in the country. Being a chief in a large international city like Charlotte has its challenges. It requires a unique blend of vision, strategic thinking, resiliency, adaptability, operational experience, communication, and integrity. When Chief Jennings announced his retirement from this position, we attracted a lot of applicants from across the country. It reflects the reputation of the organization. Early in the process, we solicited your feedback. Council, community leaders, and CMPD members. What was clear, there's great pride in being a member of CMPD. What's also clear is that we need to address safety, the reality as well as the perceptions. And what was also clear is that we need to ensure that the department grows with this growing community. We had 35 highly qualified candidates. We narrowed that down to 12, and then finally 4. And over again, one name kept coming up, Estella Patterson. Now, it's great to look out into the crowd and see many of our former police chiefs here, and it speaks to the tradition that we have here in the city of Charlotte. Now, Chief Patterson doesn't know what I'm about to say, okay, but somebody just keep a look on her face, right? So we started off with a rocky road. It was all about she enjoyed one NFL team, and I enjoyed another. And each time the two teams would play, I would get a call from Miss Patterson. Even yesterday. But the point being, I think we all realize now, go Panthers, right? No, I would just say, and Chief Patterson and I have been talking a lot the past few days, and it's reminded me of my first time selecting a police chief. And when you start to just keep hearing great things about somebody from the community, you just know it's right. So let's talk a little bit about the accolades. So she started CMPD as a recruit in 1998, recruit class 123. She rose through the ranks for the next 25 years. Patrol officer, instructor, recruitment director, internal affairs commander, Deputy Chief of Administrative Services, and Deputy Chief of Patrol Services. In 2021, we loaned her to Raleigh for almost 4 years, okay? But she's just more than just that. She has tours in Kosovo and Iraq as a member of the U.S. Army Reserve and a graduate from the FBI National Academy. She's always impressed me with her capabilities, and I think maybe one of the biggest ones is just the ability to communicate and to see where somebody is and to be receptive of differences and to be able to come around a table and try to figure out solutions. So in each level of this process, she just kept winning and winning and winning. So with that, I'm very pleased to introduce to you our next police chief, Estella Patterson.
Thank you. I don't know whether it's appropriate for me to say Niner Nation. Maybe not. Good morning, everyone. It is with great excitement, immense gratitude, and deep humility that I stand before you today to accept the honor of serving as the next Chief of Police for the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. Indeed, Charlotte is a city that I love, a community that I know, and after 4 years of being away, I am ecstatic to be returning home, both to this city and to this PD. CMPD is an outstanding police department. It is hands down among the best the nation has to offer. So sorry, Raleigh. Every success that I have achieved in law enforcement has foundationally been rooted in CMPD and the experiences that I had with this department. Today and always, I give honor unto the Lord Jesus Christ, who is the head of my life, and I thank him for ordering my steps back to the Queen City. To City Manager Marcus Jones, thank you, sir, for the trust and confidence you have in me to take the reins and lead CMPD into its next chapter. To Madam Mayor Val Lyles, the City Council, and the City of Charlotte staff, I look forward to working alongside each of you in supporting every effort to make Charlotte the safest large city in the nation. To Chief Jennings, my colleague and friend, thank you for your leadership and your hard work over these past 5 years and the past 15 years as a mentor and a confidant to me. I say to you, congratulations on a job well done. Serving as Chief of Police is a calling that I do not take lightly. I recognize the badge of my office as a symbol of public trust and faith, as stated in our Law Enforcement Code of Ethics. In my 28.5 years of public service, I have devoted myself to building trust with the communities I've served and with the employees that I have led. Coming into this role, I will continue to do the same thing. I will lead from the front with excellence, integrity, and transparency, upholding the great nobility of this profession. As I prepare for the next chapter for CMPD, my top priorities lie in reducing violent crime and disorder and addressing the perception of crime that is often magnified with every violent incident that touches our communities. As a department, we will continue to identify prolific offenders who victimize, and we will work closely with law enforcement and other public safety partners to hold offenders accountable. To the criminal element, hear me loudly, your actions will not go unchecked. As guardians and protectors, we will be relentless in our pursuit to identify, arrest, and work with our state and federal partners to prosecute offenders. Also among my top priorities is increasing our community collaboration and engagement efforts. We will work side by side with our residents, our business and community leaders, our faith-based groups, and other stakeholders to identify and address the issues that are most important to them. We will not impose our will, but we will listen attentively and we will act accordingly. I believe as we work together, our collective efforts and our shared values will send a clear message that this community stands with its police department. And together, we will continue to make Charlotte a vibrant and dynamic city for all. As we work with the community, we will perform our duties with the utmost professionalism, respect, and sense of duty. While reducing violent crime and increasing community collaboration are among my top priorities, my number one priority will be to look inwardly within the department to increase the morale and the wellness, because when our employees are whole, they can better serve the whole community. As our city continues to grow, inevitably the demand for police resources will increase. We will meet those demands by eradicating our vacancies, getting to zero while maintaining the highest standards in those who desire to wear the badge. We will seek the best and the brightest to fill our ranks. And when we get to zero vacancies, Mr. Manager, I'm going to come to you and to council, and I'm going to ask for more officers so that we can better serve this community. As this department enters our new chapter, we will honor the past sacrifices of those who gave all for the profession they loved. We will meet the challenges of today with fresh perspectives and new outlooks, and with a renewed energy and great focus. And we will build a safer tomorrow with intentionality through strong partnerships. The work will not be easy, but I am confident the outcomes will be significant. To the many people who have supported me on this journey in coming full circle back to the Queen City, some of you are here today, I say thank you. I am deeply, deeply, deeply grateful to your continued support. I am thankful for the many messages, phone calls, text messages, positive posts, words of encouragement, and prayers. They are not lost on me, but they inspire me, they motivate me, and they reaffirm my commitment to serve. To every member of the Charlotte community, I say thank you for this opportunity to lead Charlotte and CMPD into our next best years. Thank you, and God bless you.
Wow. I think it's actually a privilege to stand before you today and to listen to the vision that we are going to have for our police department. Thank you so much, Stella. You know, she's not a stranger to leadership or service or to the values that define our city. She's been consistently demonstrative that effective policing is more than enforcing laws. It is about building trust and working hard with everyone. As we know, the role of a police chief is one of the most important in this community. It's a position that not only requires strength and decisiveness, but compassion, transparency, and a willingness to listen. Our police chief sets the tone for how we serve, how we protect, how we engage with one another. In Charlotte, we're proud of our diversity, our resilience, and our shared vision for a safer, stronger community for all. Chief Patterson understands that officers, local leaders, businesses, and most importantly, the residents that we serve. Her leadership reflects our city's belief that true safety means every resident feels heard and seen and respected. Under her guidance, I am confident that our department, CMPD, will continue to strengthen community ties, embrace innovation, and ensure accountability in everything that we do. She's also committed to ensuring that every resident, no matter where they live or what they look like, can feel safe walking down their street, opening their business, sending their kids to school. Safety and trust go hand in hand. And under Chief Patterson's leadership, we will continue to strengthen both. Today is not just talking about welcoming a new leader. It's actually about renewing our collective commitment to the kind of city we want to be. It really will make that difference. We're proud to have you begin with your leadership. But finally, I want to say one more thing. Chief Jennings has led this department with steady hands and a full heart. Through times of challenge and change, he has shown unwavering dedication to our officers, our city, and our residents. His passion for service, his commitment to innovation, and for his care in this community, you have made a lasting mark in your career in this city. Chief Jennings, on behalf of all of us, I thank you for your years of leadership and your lifelong dedication to public safety. Please give us a hand. I'm sure that we could applaud for a lot longer, but we have to get on time here. So I want to say that this time I'd like to now introduce Chief Jennings to this audience and welcome him for his next steps. Thank you, Chief.
Wow. I think we're in good hands, don't you think? What do you think? I think we're going to be just fine. So when we were doing the search, I know the city manager asked me, he's like, give me one negative thing about Stella. And I had to think about it for a little while. I said, you do know she's a 49ers fan, don't you? So growing up as a Cowboys fan, along with it, that's how I got selected to be the next police chief, because we had that Cowboy fan in there. But I'm a Panther fan, true and true right now, right? So, but let me just start, and I'll just say, it has been an honor and a sincere pleasure to serve as the chief of police for the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. Today, however, is about the future, and I'd like to offer my heartfelt congratulations and proudly welcome Estella Patterson as the next chief of police. I'm so proud of the work of our men and women who serve and protect our community each day. I often say that this is the best police department in the country, and all bias aside, I truly believe that. Honestly, it has been great, or Chief Patterson wouldn't be coming back. It has been a privilege of my career to lead the dedicated men and women of this agency. I've known Chief Patterson her entire career, and I've watched as she's risen through the ranks, spending the majority of her career, over 25 years, right here at CMPD. She's already made an incredible impact on our community and our department. Chief Patterson returns to us as a truly unique and exceptional leader. She is an internal candidate with deep agency familiarity, but her experience as a police chief in Raleigh also gives her invaluable external experience. This unique blend of experience ensures a seamless transition of leadership as she brings an immediate, high-level understanding of our department and an already established strong relationship within our community. I have no doubt that she is going to be an excellent leader for our Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. I look forward to supporting her in her transition and seeing all that she will accomplish for the department and for the city of Charlotte. Chief Patterson, congratulations.
All right, we're going to do a brief Q&A. If you could identify yourself and then identify who the question is going to be for. So we'll open it up to questions.
Chief, congratulations. Michael Warwick with WBTV. You mentioned providing a fresh perspective. Is there a particular issue exclusive to Charlotte that you think deserves or needs a fresh perspective?
I think that Charlotte is different from any other community. We have our unique challenges and different things here, so I'm willing to come in, assess, look. Nothing specific that I feel that we need to change necessarily, but we want to look across the spectrum to see what we're dealing with here.
Brett Jensen, WBT Radio. Chief, in terms of, you talked about recruitment, getting to 0 vacancies, recruitment and retention, that's been a major issue here. How are you going to go about doing it? Because that was one of the things that you were actually cited for doing up in Raleigh.
Yes. When I arrived in Raleigh in 2021, we were down 150 vacancies of officer vacancies. And I met with my recruitment team, and I said, this is an outstanding police department. Let's get these vacancies filled. Part of my plan is to have a robust recruitment effort where we're going everywhere where we can recruit and bring people into the organization. And it starts, really, I see the men and women from CMPD in here, it starts with us being recruiters. Every one of us need to bring somebody into the organization. And so we start there, and then we also have our recruitment team going out, recruiting, bringing people into the organization. And once people see the greatness that we have in the organization, they're going to want to be a part of greatness. So that really helps our recruiting effort. So we're going to work really hard. We're going to make sure that we are filling our recruit classes. When I was in Raleigh, I told my team, we cannot start with classes with only 20 people. We never move the dial that way. We're going to go out, we're going to work really hard, we're going to recruit, and we're going to have large classes so that we can fill these vacancies.
Chief Patterson, welcome back to the Queen City. Jordan
Thank
Peters,
you.
Spectrum News. Charlotte continues to grapple with issues like youth violence, gun accessibility, homicides. We saw violence just over the weekend. What strategies from your time in Raleigh do you plan to bring here and really put forward into making our city safer?
Yes, there are several things that have worked great. Crime is crime. Across the nation, different approaches that we take, we really come back to the same basic things. Working with the community, we need the community on our side to help us to be able to identify what the crime issues are and to help them give us information so that we can fight crime. Also, too, the use of technology. Nowadays, we have to rely on technology. I know that CMPD has some really robust technology in the works. I know we have drone first responder is something that can help us greatly. So we're going to really look at those technology platforms that we have and utilize them. Working very closely with the community, working with our partners. I believe in being community-centric, where we're bringing everybody into the fold to help with the crime problem. It is not just a police problem, but it's a everybody, every citizen problem, as well as our partners, and we're going to work together with them.
Jeff? Jeff Chamber with the Charlotte Observer. Thank you. I wanted to ask you about your time previously with CMPD when you were the head of internal affairs. Do you stand by your decision to clear the officer who shot Keith Lamont Scott, and how do you feel about that decision now?
Yes, I think that probably was 7, 8 years, maybe even 10 years ago. My position is very clear when it comes to excessive force, when it comes to treating the community with disrespect. We will never, ever have that. I would never uphold that. As the major in internal affairs and then going to be the chief in Raleigh, my position has always been that we will make sure that we treat every member of our community with the utmost respect and with dignity. That is a position that I will take and continue to take moving forward.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
With Channel 9. What was it specifically about this role that made you come out of retirement?
That's a great question. Wow, it's not that I want to go back and forth with the manager about our teams. Definitely not that. It's my love for this work. I have a servant's heart. I believe in serving our community. That has always led me to want to be a part of policing, to be in this space, and that will continue to drive me. It is just a desire to help those who cannot help themselves and to be there for them. Additionally, too, I just feel that I love this police department. I know it. I came up here. It's just a full circle moment to be able to come back to it.
Chief Patterson, Naomi Coles, WBTV. When officers are criminally investigated or arrested, is there anything you would change about policies and procedures right now for holding them accountable, whether internally or externally?
So I have to come into the organization and look at policies and procedures. I don't know exactly what they are today, but knowing Chief Jennings, I'm sure the policy is that we will hold those accountable for their actions. It doesn't matter whether they're internal to the organization or external to the organization. If they do anything that defies public trust, if there's any actions that bring the department into disrepute, that will be investigated and then it will be adjudicated accordingly.
Jesse, WCNC, welcome.
Thank you.
When it comes to youth crime, I don't know if there's anything or programs or anything that you saw at work in Raleigh. Is there any way or anything that you're bringing in to kind of tackle that here in the investigation?
My approach to youth crime is to work very closely with the state, with the Department of Justice and Juvenile Justice, Delinquency and Justice, to see what efforts they have to help us with juvenile crime. Juvenile crime is difficult because our juveniles are not quite adults, but they're doing adult crimes. So we have to be sensitive to the fact that they are still young people, but we have to hold them accountable for the crime as well. My approach is going to be that we work again very closely with our community partners, those intervention services, diversion services that we can do so that our youth do not go down a path of continual crime kind of thing.
As a follow-up to the vacancies, I don't know if you would know, if someone from the department know, how many are there currently in the department?
We can get that number and we'll get it to you.
Okay, thank you.
How has your perspective as a woman in law enforcement shaped your leadership? Because it's obviously a big deal to be, I mean, the chief in Raleigh and then come here and continue, and it's hard not to mention the fact that you are a female, and sometimes people look at that as less than. So how do you take that perspective and change?
My perspective as a woman in uniform brings a compassionate side to the business, but also to the fact that it doesn't matter what your gender, what your race, what your nationality is. We have a mission to serve the community, and that's what we do. I don't see that my role is different because I'm a woman. In policing, we have the same standard across the board, and we accept that. But I hope to be a leader that will be compassionate, that will show the community that I care, that I'm visible, that I'm present, and that I'm here for them.
Brett, last one.
Yeah, and you used the word perception earlier when dealing with crime and safety in the city of Charlotte. But uptown through the first week of October, murder was up 200%. 14% of the murders in Charlotte were in uptown first week of October. So when you say perception, the public and we seem to think reality. So what did you mean by perception?
I believe the crime numbers, and Chief Jennings can verify this with me, I think overall our violent crime is down across the city. However, we do have pockets where we're seeing increased crime and that perception of safety in our community. You know, I have family that live here, I have my church family that's here. When those individuals go out in the street, I want them to feel safe. I want them to feel that they can walk their dogs, they can go to the mall, they can do the things that make this city great. But there is that perception that maybe it's not so safe to do that. So we want to make sure that we work to reduce that, to make people feel very safe, that they know that this community is committed to making sure that they can do those things that is part of what makes Charlotte so great.
All right, thanks everybody. Appreciate you guys coming.
And you've been watching an earlier press conference with the new chief who will start December 1st for CMPD, talking about violence and public safety, and of course has been pretty much a lot of the conversation as of late, certainly in the last couple of months for Charlotteans in general. And now overnight, a teenager killed in a late night, overnight shooting in Northwest Charlotte. Our Autumn Bracey covering the story today for us. In Autumn, what have you learned about this story, the victim or the family?
Yeah, hello, Jane. It's pretty tragic to think that Amari Cooper, she was the 17-year-old that was killed. She was attending a Halloween party. CMPD didn't respond to the incident until after midnight, so it would have been November 1st. But yeah, she was attending a Halloween party and just happened to get struck by gunfire at the party. And so I've kind of touched bases with a couple people today. I got a chance to speak with her mother very briefly. She didn't want to go on camera, but she was telling me a little bit about who Omari was. One thing that sticks out is Omari was a mother. She has a son, and that son is going to be staying with Omari's mother, in the meantime, while they figure all of this out. Obviously, her death so sudden. And, of course, she attended West Charlotte High School, even had plans to graduate school early. So a lot, her life was so at the beginning of her life. And so it's definitely very sad right now. I know you all were just listening to sound from the new police chief, Estella Patterson, but I spoke with a city councilor, Malcolm Graham of District 2, which is the district where she was killed, where that homicide happened. And he said, I was like, what do you do to kind of address, this issue, this violence, that's happening? And he said he kind of refers to, the new leadership that the city will be under as soon as Patterson officially takes office December 1st. He said he'll be leaning on her to kind of determine what's the best way to move forward as far as combating youth crime, since we know it's such a big issue throughout the Charlotte metro. One thing I do want to know is the family is fundraising to support Omari's funeral. They haven't decided when it's going to be because, of course, the investigation is still underway and they still have her body, but they are raising money to help pay for her funeral and also to help with expenses related to her son, since her son no longer has a mother to take care of him.
Oh, that is so unbelievably sad. And again, youth violence, unfortunately, making headlines as of late more than we care to even hear. Autumn, what do we know about the circumstances that led up to the shooting, and if a suspect is in custody or any kind of description of a shooter?
Yeah, right now information is very limited. I did reach out to CMPD and they shared that they've already provided their preliminary kind of disbursement of information. And so right now things are limited, but of course, we'll work to bring you all the latest when we get it. But it's definitely a big concern, especially for those people who live in that community. I got a chance to speak with a neighbor, and he says that he's kind of been noticing crime is kind of, at least shootings within that area. The homicide happened near the 1600 block of Old Plank Road near Brookshire Boulevard, but he says he's been noticing an uptick. And so people are concerned and they're hoping things can be done to address this issue impacting, not just, this particular neighborhood, but a lot of places throughout, the area.
All right, absolutely. More to learn from Autumn's story. We'll see you later on WCNC Charlotte 4, 5, and 6. Autumn, thanks for the update.
All right, thank you.
And we'll be right back on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. Welcome back to Live Impact News here on WCNC Plus. I'm Jane Monreal. We thank you for joining us on this Monday afternoon. A great weekend of sports. It was wild across the board. College football. We have NFL. The Panthers won. Unbelievable.
Charlotte
FC are going for it. And of course, we have Dodger Blue at it again. Second year in a row as they are back-to-back world champions. champions. After a wild World Series, this is the victory parade happening right now in the streets of LA as they are getting all their flowers from fans. Some of the players. Is that Ohtani there? Yep, it is. The $1 million winner.
People lining the streets and the overpasses.
Just closing the overpasses. You don't see this in LA traffic.
Road closures, Jane, began at 4 a.m. local time.
Oh, wow. You got to do that.
Just getting underway. It's a celebratory day there in Los Angeles.
You do that for world champions, you know? So,
and they fought hard, right? How many
they
of those
did.
games?
They took it to 7 games.
7 games.
Extra innings.
At least 2 of them, right?
One of them
was like a double game.
Oh my
God. If you really want to be technical, they played like 8 games.
Seriously. That's a lot of baseball, but fans just calling it extra baseball, extra ball. And one in the 11th inning. My goodness. So it is all fun, and fans are enjoying that. So you know what? Let's go to NBC affiliate in LA. They're covering this parade right now as it is just getting underway. Let's go ahead and turn to them for a little bit here on Live Impact News on WCNC+.
Freeway right now. I'm Michael Brownlee. We're joined by, of course, our buddy Mario Solis, Adrian Rambelow, Lynette Romero. The 7-game series. It was a roller coaster of emotions for Dodgers fans, but as you know, the team got the job done.
For a second straight year, and you heard the fan, we need one more. We're
Settle in.
Let's
settle in.
We're
putting it out there.
Let's enjoy this one.
Three-peat.
Oh my gosh, look at them. Is that Keith
There's a
Hernandez that
mookster
I
right
see?
there.
I'm spotting some. And the mookster. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, you guys. It couldn't have been better baseball. I mean, we said at the beginning of the series, this is going to be great October baseball, but we had no idea what we were in store for.
2 teams pushed to the absolute limit. Not only 7 games, right, but extra innings in 7 games. And that's when we saw the depth, really, of the Dodgers really shine through. You had Muncy coming through in the 8th. You had Rojas in the 9th inning. You had Will Smith. You had Yamamoto doing something that's never been done before, and I doubt will ever be done again, by winning 3 road games.
Right.
So unbelievable performance, true team effort.
And you know, we took that World Series on Fernando Valenzuela Day, on his birthday. And so coming up, we have a very special guest. We have Maria Valenzuela here, his daughter, to talk about how important that is for her family, for her legacy, and really for her dad. So I can't wait to share that interview with you. She'll be live. She just walked in. I've got eyes on her, and so we'll be talking to her coming up.
There's Muncy right there.
Yeah. All right, Lynette, Adrian, thank you.
Kike?
We're going to talk about Dave Roberts, too, because you can't underestimate what he did with this team. 8 buses rolling down the freeway, about to begin the parade, and we're going to cover it extensively for you.
We got reporters at various stops throughout the parade route here.
Look at the people on the bridge there. Look at that, the overpass.
You know, a lot of people are supposed to be at work and school right about now. But hey, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
It does not matter. Let's get to John Kenny's Klimac. He's live out on the parade route, and perhaps one of the most stylish jackets I've seen in a very long time. What's going on, Klimac?
I only bring this out once in a while, you know. I don't want to jinx anything. Guys, we're having a good time here at Grand, and Second is where we are, right by the Pro, the Disney Music Hall, and we've got all these fans out here in my room, I guess you could say. Excited to be out here. We had an interesting moment there, I gotta tell you. LAPD was a little concerned about the folks that are getting up on the lights here, and they actually brought 2 officers over, trying to get them to come down, and then they heard the crowd yelling, "Let them stay, let them stay." And they finally just had to laugh and step aside. But we can tell you, every one of these stoplights has somebody hanging off of it, just excited to be here, just waiting for that moment to see those buses come down here. Some folks even asking us, could you take my camera? Could you shoot some video from up top? So we gotta wait and see how this thing's all gonna play out. But they are so excited to be here. This is a fan affair. This is a personal affair for so many of these folks who have been fans for so long. We talked to a woman earlier this morning who said that she was very little when her parents divorced. And she said her dad got the season tickets in the divorce. So from that point on, she became a Dodger fan, married a Dodger fan, and just being part of this Dodger Nation is just an incredible feeling for so many people. But we're just waiting for those buses to come through and continue the celebration. Guys, back to you.
playing back live for us there at Grand and second. Again, we see split screen here.
There's Mad Max Muncy right there.
Right there on the bus. 8 buses in total here, making their way back to Dodger Stadium.
All right, we're going to toss it over. Oh, there's the trophy. Oh, we were tight on it, and it just moved away. Let me just say, it looks a lot like this. But we'll see it a lot of times today. Yep. We want to toss it over to Lynette Romero. We talk about Fernando Valenzuela and the legacy he leaves with the Dodgers. Lynette, I'm going to let you explain what you're doing now.
So, Colleen, we have Maria Valenzuela. She is the daughter to Fernando Valenzuela. Thank you so much for being here with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So we've been talking about the fact that they took this World Series on your dad's birthday, on Fernando Valenzuela Day in Los Angeles.
They did.
How special is that for you and your family?
It is very special. It was something that nobody can really write.
Yeah.
It's like one of those storybook moments on his birthday a year ago. You know, we were grieving his loss and didn't really get to enjoy the World Series. So I'm glad to be here with you, and I'm glad to talk about him now that a little time has passed.
Yeah.
And I feel better. I feel a little better because so many people have embraced us, and, you know, they keep honoring him, wearing his jersey, and I'm only proud. My family's very proud.
You know what? He's so loved. Your family is so loved. Can you talk about what that means, that legacy, to know that the Dodgers are wearing his number still? And like the sea of blue, you see a lot of 34s out there.
Yeah.
That must mend your broken heart just a little bit.
Yeah, it's nice to see they're wearing his patch. You know, they do that when a legend passes. They did it for Vince Scully. They did it for Tommy Lasorda. So now that, you know, he's wearing it. They started it last World Series. So it's kind of like, is he the good luck charm? Maybe. Because they've had the patch on since last year.
Yeah. What would he say about all this, do you think?
He would be excited. You know, he's worked for the Dodgers, you know, for his whole life pretty much, but broadcasting for 25 years. And, you know, like you said, I grew up here, and getting to see the love and support from the fans just means everything.
It really does. And you just were part of the video with Taboo and will.i.am.
Yes.
The We LA video. How did you feel about that? You were there with Natalia Bryant as legacy families, right?
Yeah, you know, Taboo reached out and he's like, just come. I was like, okay. First, he asked me, the shoot was going to be on the anniversary of my dad's passing. So I kind of was torn between going or not going, but I'm glad I did, because I feel in a way my dad put that together for me. He was like, go, show them what you can do. And, you know, I was honored. I was honored to be there and to be with Natalia. It was an iconic moment. A lot of people, you know, just, you know, showing us love, and are like, oh my God, legends, daughters together.
Yeah.
And I hope it meant to her as much as it meant to me.
It means so much to us, can I tell you? It's just a beautiful thing. The fact that you are here and honoring your dad, we honor him, and we just, our hearts are always going to be with the Valenzuela family. Okay.
Thank you.
Hugs to you, hugs to your mom.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to send it back to you. Are you ready for a parade, my friend?
Let's go.
Let's
do
go.
Well, Ned, thank you for that. A great interview there. And you talk about the legacy of Fernando Valenzuela here. And again, to see his number on the backs of people's jerseys to this day is phenomenal.
It is amazing to walk into the stadium and see some of those legacy players, but especially Fernando Valenzuela. There you see the buses are lined up at the beginning of the route, and people are just waiting for them to roll by. There's Kike Hernandez. He did
one of the biggest characters in that clubhouse. So a lot of people said that the Dodgers were not the better team, and in fact, if you really look at the World Series, maybe Toronto was a better team. Maybe longer portions of it. An amazing team, obviously, more wins than the Dodgers. That's why they have the home field advantage. So at the end of this whole thing, Kike said, I'm glad the best team didn't win.
As we continue to watch this, let's talk a little bit about Dave Roberts. The fact that, you know, he really was such a huge leader in all of this, and not just the coach, but you could see him hug Yamamoto in the last inning there, and he really did some things that probably were not that popular with fans, like changing up positions, bringing people in, moving them around to optimize what he had.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. There's Kike again. Unbelievable. He's led the Dodgers to 5 World Series. He's won 3 in the last 6 years. Some people criticizing him. He doesn't make the right moves. You know, the entire rotation situation. He doesn't go out there and pitch, but he got it done. Yeah. He's motivated players enough. He did it during the season to go all the way. Really unbelievable work. And like you said, Colleen, maybe some decisions were not, you know, the most backed up. But for example, Pages, he wasn't doing well. Took him out of center field. Then he reinserted him, and he ends up saving that catch where he runs over Kike Hernandez. Yeah. That was an unbelievable play. That could have saved the series for the Dodgers.
Where, as you can see, the buses are rolling here. Those could be city workers out there. Caltrans, I'm not sure, but they're all out there.
Taking a well-deserved pause as we see confetti here fly through the air.
Look at
Folks,
this.
Peering from the high-rises here at this, what we call a fantastic spectacle here in the city of Los Angeles.
Sort of reminiscent of an old ticker tape parade.
They're going to be... Yeah, they're going to be everywhere they can possibly be to get a glimpse. That's how much this city loves this team. And they're driving by. If you're lucky if you can kind of see who they are and what they're doing. That's
Snow. Snowzilla.
Snowzilla. We love ourselves some Snowzilla.
Yeah. And the dedication, right? So we were up this morning previewing this parade. People were out there at midnight coming from all over Southern California, from Las Vegas, from Arizona, from Fresno, from Bakersfield. Also, they could get that best spot just so they can see their favorite players for an instant, but that's how much the Dodgers mean to them, right?
And you know what I love always, you guys, I love to see the players with their, their video cameras and their phones. They're as excited about this. They're like little kids, right? They're so proud of.
We're normally taking video of them, but now this is them taking video of all of us, which is really cool.
So these are going to be their home videos. These are the videos they're going to show to their kids and their grandkids that this actually happened. I mean, this is history happening right now, and we're all part of it.
First time they repeat, the Dodgers repeat in franchise history. 9 titles here, just unbelievable history made during this entire World Series. And I don't want to hear that the better team didn't win, because when you go to 7 games and extra innings, you don't luck into that,
That's right?
You're just the better team at that point. Blue Jays, they put on a great performance, but the Dodgers were that much better.
That's what Kike said. So.
That's what Kike said. And by the way, speaking of the home videos, remember Kike when this whole season started ahead of time in Tokyo? He went out to the streets in Tokyo with his little VHS, little old school recorder. He had the entire town in a frenzy with his little camera. These guys like to take it in. They enjoy the moment just as much as the fans.
Yeah, I think Lynette makes a really good point. I mean, this is a big deal for the fans of Los Angeles, but to see the players with their video cameras, with their cameras out there, getting shots, not of themselves, obviously, but of the crowds. I mean, this is huge. Absolutely huge.
Oh, yeah. How could you say he wouldn't enjoy this? Look at him. We're going to get back to Lynette in just a moment. She has Taboo with her, but this is the beginning of the parade. We talked about that confetti. They're shooting cannons of confetti from every single bus this year. That's a little bit different. What do you want to bet? People are picking those pieces of confetti up. Nobody will have to clean up because people want a piece of this parade.
However big or small, or what piece of the parade, they just want a piece of this parade.
You'll find some of that confetti later on eBay and other places like that.
I bet you do.
Yeah.
Lynette, are you up and ready? Do you have Taboo with you?
Because since he got here with us early this morning, you've been out there with the fans. You've been running around, taking pictures, talking to people. People are so excited. Tell us what they're telling you.
So a lot of Angelinos are excited just for the energy, for all the people coming together. This is a big day for us. You know, not only are we celebrating Fernando Valenzuela's birthday not too long ago, shout out to Maria, we're also celebrating the win. And coming together as Angelinos, we're proud. I had my brother Will.i.am here earlier. He had a lead, but I'm holding it down for the Black.
You're holding it, and you were here for 3 World Series games.
Yes.
What was that like to be in the stands? Because you're a lifelong Dodger fan.
Since the 80s, you know, Fernando Valenzuela, Icon, Ron Say, Steve Sachs, those guys really set the tone for me as a kid. Being here, Game 3, seeing Ohtani did what he did on that game, it just it was so inspiring on so many levels. You know, I play baseball myself. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I love playing baseball, and hopefully we can come back and do it again.
I was going to joke you were here for 4 games because that one game went 18 innings, right?
It
So
did.
it's like an addition on that.
You can literally say that, yes, sir.
Yeah.
So take one look before we send it back. How great is that sight to see on the
Beautiful.
streets of LA?
LA, Orgullo Mexicano, representing all our Angelinos.
East LA.
Hey, East LA, East LA. Now it's we LA, we LA.
Back
Let's
to you.
go.
First to say if this, TV news thing doesn't work out for them, perhaps, they can hit the road. Sing.
I was going to suggest we also sing.
I'm just getting choked up hearing them.
Little karaoke.
All right, Lauren Coronado is at the Cathedral, one of the special spots out there. Lauren, the parade is just going past you right now. There's the trophy as well.
There it is.
Hi there, you guys. I'm pretty sure you're tossing over to me right now. This is incredible. People are going wild. Max Muncy just said hello to the folks I'm with. Max Muncy said hi to you.
Yeah, Max Muncy, yeah.
What was that like?
It was good. Good feeling, man.
How would you describe this moment?
Oh, it's surreal. It's first time experience something like this. It's a good experience, man. Go Dodgers.
What else do we have here? Incredible. We have Banda up front. Their families are here. This is incredible. The confetti's everywhere. People are going wild. It's so sweet to see the families with them. Did you get a picture?
Yeah, I did. Getting a video right now.
And who did you get to see?
Kike, Muncy, Freeman.
That's right.
Moto. Everybody, woo! Let's go Dodgers! What?
Who did you get to see?
I got to see Altoni, I can see Kike, I can see everybody.
Wow, this is something special. This feels bigger than last year's parade. This is incredible. I don't know if you guys can hear us out here. We certainly can't hear you guys, but the energy is incredible.
Turn this TV off. They want that activity. Don't you get it?
And people have been waiting all morning for this. They've been waiting all season for this, never giving up on their boys in blue. They knew that they were going to be back-to-back World Series champions, the first time in 25 years after that nail-biting Game 7. This is something magical out here in the heart of downtown LA with all of the Angelinos, people from out of state who are here to see your World Series champions.
What a moment for these fans. I'm watching Lauren's live shot here as the buses go by. That fan, who I presume is a grown man, was excited because he locked eyes with one of the players, right? He said hi to me.
Oh, there's Banda. Took off the shirt.
Yeah.
Very, very popular, by the way.
Before 11:30.
Played for, he's going to be a free agent. He's played for 4 other teams before, but he is so popular, and people embrace him so much here in LA. The female fan base is so loyal to this guy. It's unbelievable.
Oh, there's magic.
And magic, of course. The representation of the city of LA, championships, titles, and ownership as well.
One of the great things about Magic, he was talking about Freddie Freeman the other night. He called him a humble superstar. But he also, when they were talking about this was a repeat for the Dodgers, and they had 2 rings, and Magic sort of looked at them and said, I have 18. 18. So.
And he also told us.
Dave Roberts and the trophy.
There's Dave.
What a proud moment for Dave Roberts. I mean, you think about, and we use the word legacy. We don't use it loosely here in Southern California, but this man here, I mean, World Series trophy, he's standing right next to it. Mario, you've covered the Dodgers for many, many years. Did you think, or perhaps did he think at the beginning of the season that we're going to make it this way yet again?
He was confident from the very beginning.
From jump.
But just imagine the pressure that he is under every year.
Right.
With that kind of payroll, with the depth of this roster, if you don't win the World Series, it's almost, as they say, win or bust, right? It's a bust season, but this guy has stuck with it. He's been very faithful.
We just saw Tyler Glasnow.
Glasnow there as well.
Yep.
And he stuck with his players. When Mookie...
All right, we will continue the coverage of the victory parade for the LA Dodgers after a 2-minute break. We'll be right back here on Live Impact News on WCNC+. Just about 2:20 here on a Monday afternoon. You're watching Live Impact News on WCNC+. I'm Jane Monreal. A lot of happy fans out there. If you do like the LA Dodgers, they won the World Series over the weekend, and their victory parade, not a bad way on a Monday to celebrate, right? So the celebrations continue in downtown LA. Let's go ahead and continue our coverage as we go to the NBC affiliate in Los Angeles now on Live Impact News on WCNC+.
It's perseverance. It's that grit. It's fight in this team that never gives up. Everyone's stepping up when the other guy is not doing it.
The grit and fight of Los Angeles.
Oh, absolutely. We're a gritty city.
Yeah. Except for the fact that Clayton Kershaw is retiring. Can we expect this team to almost be intact next year?
No, there's a lot of free agents. A lot of free agents on this team. And some of the World Series champions of the past have mentioned it is so special when you win the ring, when you have the parade, because that core, that exact team will never be the same. It is once in a lifetime. You develop bonds and friendships, and some of these guys are going to go away. Muncy may not come back. Bonda may not come back. Kike may be gone. Miggy may be on another team next year. You never know. So this is so special because the word love has come up so much during the season. These guys love each other. That clubhouse is so tight, and it'll never be the same. Some guys will be gone. The chemistry will be different. This is once in a lifetime.
That's why I think that's why they perhaps embrace it and hold on to it and live in the particular moment.
Exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
It can't change.
Who steps in to fill the void, the leadership void for Kershaw? Who do you think that will be?
Well, I think Kershaw has been sort of a quiet leader. He's not the most boisterous. He is not, this big personality is just what he represents. He just reflects experience, championships, winning. Miggy Rowe is the guy who pretty much, he's one of the pieces, he's the glue in that clubhouse, at least one of them. He is so representative, he's so well-spoken, he's so optimistic, he's one of the main guys, the big personality in the clubhouse. Miggy Rowe's great.
And we love the fact he has a wife who can predict the future.
Oh, yeah. Apparently she's got a crystal ball.
What'd she say?
She said, you're going to hit a homer in the World Series, and he wasn't even playing through the first 5 games. Now that is vision.
If she could tell me I'm going to win the lottery, she's on the money there.
I'll ask Miggy for his wife's contact her. You know.
Can we get a rough location on the parade right now? We know they passed Second and Grand just a couple of minutes ago, but keep in mind.
All right, it looks like that feed from the NBC affiliate is a little bit on the chugging side. Let's get you the NBC coverage now from reporters from NBC in Los Angeles and continue with the coverage on WCNC+.
Like excited to see all the other ones and all that. It was
Rojas, big Rojas.
Yes. Did you lock eyes with anybody?
Rojas, Yamamoto, Freeman. We caught Yamamoto when he smiled for the first time. He's the man. He's the man. He earned his respect. We all love him out here in LA. He's the man. He's the man.
Incredible. What's your first and last name?
Joey Molina.
Nice. How do you spell it?
J-O-E.
He is big on the big stage. Yeah.
What about Dave Roberts? Can we expect him back for?
Oh my goodness! He has a long-term contract.
Well, he has interest outside of baseball.
Well, yeah, he loves his wine. Yeah. He's a vinter. He's a Renaissance man. So he's here to stay.
Good,
yeah, he signed that nice deal. Oh yeah, he's going to collect the millies.
And that is not erasable ink, by the way.
He's going to continue with this legacy for a couple more years at least. Yeah.
All right, we want to get back now to Lynette, Adrian, and Olivia. They're a couple of suites away from us right now. Hey guys.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? Olivia just came running in here.
I did. I'm
so
sweating.
You were down on the field.
Yes. Well, we were in the outfield because we want to be with the fans, you know,
right.
Because it's so fun. We want to be with the people, you know. Yeah. It was so much fun. We started a back-to-back chant. We had so many people, and a lot of people stay out there until the parade is over. They don't even watch the parade because they want to be where the players walk.
Yeah.
So there were thousands of people out there. Oh my God, it was great. It was great. They were all coming up to us. They want to be on TV.
Yeah.
Everyone's so happy.
Well, this is all about the fans, right? Getting able to celebrate these players, right? It brought them so much joy for the last 2 seasons now. Again, first time that they've been repeat champions in franchise history.
Thursday.
Trophy.
With the trophy.
To hold that trophy for any amount of time, because it's 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Sterling silver, right?
He's going to need to hand it off to the next person in a second.
I think he's fueled by adrenaline. Speaking of being fueled up, we saw Kiki there. He was double fisting, getting video with one hand and then a drink in the the other shirtless. He pointed out, right?
We would want it. We wouldn't want it any other way.
No,
and I saw Mickey spraying the crowd with champagne, as he should. He is our hero. I will always call Mickey our hero now.
Yeah. So you know Doc pretty well. What do you think he was going through during Game 7? Like, there were a couple of I saw him, and you could see the sweat just trickling down his face.
The best shot of him is when Andy Pages caught that ball, and he goes, and it wasn't like a show. It was pure relief that he caught that ball. Like, it was because baseball is such a mental game, right?
Yeah.
You have to sit there for 9 innings. He has to be totally in the zone, watching his players, understanding what the other team is doing. And so mentally, it's exhausting. So at the end of the game, I'm pretty sure he took a deep breath and said, thank God.
And then pressing all the right buttons, right? I mean, Pages wasn't working out in the beginning of this series. They take him out. They insert Miggy. Miggy makes just series-changing plays. Then he puts Pages back in. He makes that incredible catch. I mean, he puts Yamamoto back in. Not sure if that might work out, but it seemed like everything that he was doing at the end.
It was right.
It worked. And that is why he will be the manager here for a very, very long time.
Well, even with Yoshi, you know, he was waiting to see if Yoshi said it was okay. Like, yeah, I want to go back in.
What a gamer. I mean, oh my.
It'll never happen again. I don't think.
No, I don't think so. But Oral is wearing Yamamoto's jersey in the outfield. We saw Oral Hershiser out there and he is wearing Yamamoto's jersey, and I have a feeling that will be the #1 sold jersey. Absolutely,
awesome.
yeah. That's great.
So is there any one play for you that just blew your socks off?
Andy Pawhead, I go back to it. I mean, do you know how difficult that catch is? I'm watching him run. The ball is starting to drop. Kike's there, and all of a sudden, here comes it. He's like, get out of my way.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that was the game changer.
That's why you thought that there could be a calamity, right? They run into each other, the ball
Somebody
gets
might
loose.
get hurt.
Now it's like,
And
now
then
it's
game
over for
6,
sure. Yeah.
Dean doesn't touch the ball. It gets stuck. That's a guy that learned that in Little League, by the way. They all learned that in Little League. He kept it, and I think that was huge
The
for
odds
them,
of that
too.
getting wedged into the wall, I mean, that's going to be like
and
a
he's
1
like
in a million
this,
shot.
Kike and him are like, no, we're not touching that ball.
And Mookie jumping over people's feet and legs and whatever he had to do.
Gold glove winner right there. He should win the gold glove this year, hands down. Oh, who do we have
who
here?
are you seeing there? I just love to see the family members, because look at family members
That is
have
amazing.
sacrificed. We got to tip our hats also to the wives and the moms and the dads who went to all those Little League games.
Dave Roberts
Dave said that. He said they are the glue that keeps this together.
And Kershaw talked about that with his wife. How many
I
times
love
she
his
brought
family
the kids here, nursing the kids in between innings, trying to make sure to keep them occupied, bringing
They're
all
superheroes.
the Cheerios and the snacks that you have to bring for your kids. And you go anywhere with your kid for an hour, but try to go to a baseball game with 3 kids or 4 kids. Like, are you kidding me?
Imagine having Dodger Stadium be your playground.
Well,
Not bad.
It was.
Not
yes,
bad.
yes,
your
yes,
playground.
It was
kind of your playground.
Right, and they run through these halls, and I mean, it's just so special. It's so special.
What did your dad say? I want to know what he's saying.
Oh, I mean,
the legendary Steve Garvey, my friend.
Cool, calm, the entire game.
No.
I'm standing here with Jonathan and Kathy. I am can't sit down. I switched my shoes 3 times. I'm not kidding. Into Uggs, heels. Like, I was a mess. He sits there and he goes, it's okay. And my mom's calling me. She went from the couch to the bed. Like, my mom and I are crazy.
Nerves of steel.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, but my dad will just sit there. He played, though, so you just have to sit there, and his greatest thing is the outcome will be the outcome, but I'm telling you right now, this team is too good to fail. I was like, okay.
I think where there's all that's where the athlete's mindset
It is. It's
comes
the
in, right?
mentality.
It's literally, I know it sounds boring during interviews, but the process.
Yeah.
One play at a time, one pitch
Yeah.
at a time, right? And that's
Well, baseball's a mental game.
Yeah.
Like golf, it's pretty much all mental. I mean, you have to have those skills, of course, but it's such a mental game, and I think it sticks with you forever through your life.
I'm not an athlete.
Right.
Because I lost my mind.
Same.
I lost
That's
my
why I
mind.
like to talk sports, not play it.
I do want to talk about Kershaw, right? Because I mean, 18 seasons, right?
Unbelievable.
Several Cy Young Awards, an MVP. How rare is it that an MVP is a pitcher? Very, extremely rare. To see him kind of down on his knees, celebrating with his family, that was just an iconic piece of video, a photo of him celebrating with his family. He said he wouldn't want to end it any other way.
How special that you announce your retirement and you win a World Series the same year, like Tom Brady wishes, right? He wishes when he retired he won a Super Bowl. I say that all the time now. I'm like, it just does. It's so hard to get to this point and win, and I'm so happy he's ending on literally the highest note you can possibly do, right?
All the unexpected things were so interesting, Olivia, because, with Miggy Rojas, right? He didn't even know. He didn't know if he was going to play. He didn't see any time, right? And his wife telling him something special is going to happen, something big is going to happen, right? And then it did. And he said, "My wife told me something special was going to happen." That meant everything.
I mean, those women literally help these guys throughout the entire season to mentally stay intact. And the wives, I mean, they're incredible. And I mean, Mookie Betts credits everything to his wife.
Is that a Bonda back?
Yeah,
That's
there
a
is
Bonda
Bonda.
back.
He's got the LA. He's got the LA on the right
face
side.
mask? Oh, it's not. Look at his tattoos. They are.
That's crazy that I would know Bonda's back, but I happen to know Bonda's back.
Well, we had the
That
party
just
last
means
year,
we've
right?
seen him shirtless way too many times. Lynette.
And there's Dave is still holding that.
I don't think he'll let go of it.
He's running out of
No,
adrenaline.
I'm holding this thing until they take it out of my
I
hands.
hope he did some bicep curls at the gym because he's going to need it.
Oh my gosh, look at all those
the
fans.
Sea of blue
There's
is just
Mark
beautiful.
Walters.
Yeah,
there's,
Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson.
All right, we're going to send it back over to Colin Williams, Michael Brownlee, and Mario Solis. Back to you guys.
All right, they can't help but talk about the Bonda back. The Bonda back. That's what we're talking about.
That's what you heard. He's got the team. He's got the Yankees, Tampa Bay, Washington, and of course, appropriately, the biggest stage on his back, The World Series trophy.
LA.
He's got LA. Yeah, everything's good.
You know, those guys raised a really interesting point. We talk about the team, but I love the fact that the wives and the girlfriends and the family of this team are their own team. Collectively, they are powerhouses. They do a lot of philanthropic work. There are a lot of charities, a lot of causes, but I love when you see them at the games and their uniform, and by that I mean they're all in the same jackets. You see them come in, and it's like watching a team onto its own. They're powerhouses.
I think that's why you all are referred to as the better half. Is that?
Oh, okay. I'll take that.
But it is true. The wives always travel. There's a special area for the wives, the section where they all hang out together. The effort and the sacrifice that was mentioned.
We don't even need to have to say who that is. Shohei Ohtani.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's invented new categories. For stats, a two-way player when you look at rosters, the 50-50 guy. It's just unbelievable. Last year, he proved that he could do it all, and then he comes back this year to pitch. In the same game in the World Series, just unbelievable. 3 home runs, 6 shutout innings in 1 game. I mean, come on, this guy is from another planet.
That was my option today, to wear the Shohei 50-50 t-shirt or go with the one I have. The team's wearing the one I have. It's more current. There you go.
You know, this is also a bittersweet moment here for the team. Dave Roberts made reference to it as well. Got pretty emotional.
Yeah, Alex Vesia was absent from the World Series roster. We were doing media day, and my cameraman Alex Vasquez and I looked over at the Alex Vesia name, the sign, and I'm like, where is Alex? Later on, we found out that there was a family emergency, an issue with his wife who was about to give birth, and he has been, he's been a presence that everyone has missed so much. That left arm is unbelievable. And they still got it done, going back to grit and resilience. But yeah, I think a lot of the players put in the extra effort because Alex Vesia should have been here. And he's not, but he's still going to get the ring, and it is a bittersweet sort of celebration for him right now.
Well, he got him to this moment.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it was a long season.
Yeah.
As Dave Roberts said, it started in Tokyo, ended in Canada, and there was a lot of there were a lot of games in between.
And when you see Vesia celebrate it, it's just so much a face of the Dodgers. Just that, that enthusiasm, that hunger to win.
Well, I think they've been fed here. World Series.
Oh, there's Freddie Freeman and his wife, who's always with him.
Yeah,
Mr. World Series, that walk-off homer. Oh my goodness, he did it again. Freddie is just, he's always on base. Records of all types. Yeah, he's not only Mr. October, he's Mr. World Series.
Mr. World Series. All right, this parade is making its way here back to Dodger Stadium. Right now, I believe they're at 7th and Hope, and that's where we're going to find Michelle Valles. She's live with the crowd as these buses make their way through. Hey, Valles. Ready?
Hey there, I'm here packed like sardines with the fans. We're at 7th and Hope, just giving you a pan shot of what it looks like here. Oh my God, the fans are getting restless. They want to see their boys in blue here. That's right. These are the sights and sounds and smells of LA, if you know what I mean. Here with Sean. Sean, who are you hoping to see on that?
Can't wait to see Max Muncy and Kike.
Let's go, Dodgers! They have been tossing baseballs to each other from one side of the street to the other. The drones are flying. The choppers are in the sky. They're here waiting for those boys to back champ. I met folks from Arizona. I met folks from Pico Rivera. I met folks from Seattle, all the way from Oregon, yes, as well. So even the west side, we got the skater here. We have to bring him down. He climbed the street pole.
From the beach to downtown, we out here, baby.
He even brought his skateboard. So we have West Side Santa Monica, Koreatown represented. These are the vibes. Yeah, what do you? No, don't scare me. But yes, this is what it looks like, guys. This is an incredible moment here. One for the memory books. And we even have the dogs here. Hey, Bambi! Bambi's mom! Call her up. Look, you got to see this. Jorge, zoom in on this dog right here. We even have the, where's Bambi? Oh, look at Bambi. Bambi's out here. And the crowd says, oh, Bambi making it out to this parade. Let's send it on back to you guys. Where are they? Where are they? We're waiting.
All right. All right, so 7th and Hope, Michelle Vyas. Okay, we know this guy.
Come
here.
on. Yeah, Showtime.
Familiar face.
That was his wife.
People ask him, where's Decoy? Because he's with them all the time. I don't know if he's on the wife is there. I don't know if the dog is there. But he's so popular. He's got his own, I think he's got his own Instagram account. The whole thing.
Decoy, that is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify.
Exactly. Yeah, Decoy.
But Shohei was out there with his wife, who, by the way, also a professional athlete. I believe she played
and there's on the
basketball.
left is Glasnow. Such a fantastic human being. The pride of Hart High School. He's on the left. On the right, Snellzilla. There's Bonda right there.
And they make it a point to, if they can't make eye contact there with the crowd. I mean, it's not like they're just sitting there, you know.
Yes.
I mean,
Yoshi. What an incredible, epic performance.
When is the last time you saw someone pitch 9 innings like that?
Well, 2 consecutive games like that. It was 24 years. Only 3 guys have ever done it in the history of the postseason. He not only did that, then he pitches game 6, 96 pitches, and then he comes in to close game 7 with 30 more, 130 pitches in 2 days. Back-to-back games to win it all. This guy is on a different level, and that's why he got the MVP. Unreal.
8 buses, World Series champions, making their way through downtown Los Angeles right now. This was supposed to be about a 45-minute parade. I think we're going to
that's what I was thinking.
A little longer than this, a little longer than 45 minutes. Kicked off at 11.
Yeah, it was supposed to be 45, 11 to 11:45, so they got 5 more minutes. Don't rush it.
There are multiple stops.
Many times when we cover these parades, you'll see some of the players jump off the buses and go into the crowds.
Ooh.
You will not see that, I suspect, with this. They'd never be able to get back on the buses.
let's not do that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, as we continue to watch this move through downtown, we can tell you they're coming up on Figueroa and about 5th now. But the stadium, as I look back here, Dodger Stadium, we are just behind home plate. It is really starting to fill up here. They expect the buses to roll in here in the next 30, 35 minutes or so.
There's Kike shirtless again. He loves the celebration.
He's just catching a few
He loves the champagne. He loves the beer. He was saying at one point during one of the multiple celebrations in the postseason, he goes, if I have one more beer, I'm going to forget my English, because he's Puerto Rican, perfectly bilingual. This guy embraces the moment.
What was the old adage? If you work hard, you play hard, right? They work hard.
Yes,
he worked extremely hard.
Yeah, and you know that catch, the Pajes catch when he runs over him?
Yeah.
Pajes said after, he goes, I looked down, he looked at me, he was sad, and he goes, did you catch it? And I said, yes, and he goes, then he smiled.
Oh. Well, I don't, what our viewers can't see from our vantage.
That party continues in Los Angeles, celebrating the LA Dodgers. We'll take a quick 2-minute break here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. Back here at about 2:45 on a Monday afternoon, celebrating in Los Angeles and really all around. A lot of LA Dodger fans all over the world, as they are World Series champions, back-to-back champions here. And so we are dipping into the live coverage from the NBC affiliate out of Los Angeles. We'll continue that live celebration happening on the West Coast in downtown LA. You're watching Live Impact News on WCNC+.
Johnson pointing to you, making direct eye contact with you.
Did you see that, Bradley? We got it on tape.
Was Aaron Sheehan on the left? Justin Dean, the guy, the dead ball guy. I talked to him after the game and I said, you never hesitated. You knew exactly what you were doing. He goes, this is what we live for. We practice this game. You touch the ball, it becomes a live ball. You just raise your arms. Kike and himself just raising their arms, looking at the umpires. Yeah, that is a dead ball. What a moment in that game. That would have been a completely weird turning point.
Well, it was brilliant. When you think about it, we're like, wait, what?
Yes.
You look at it and you think, how did he know that? What do you say, Little League?
From Little League, yes. This is a game they know so well. Yeah, there is that rule, and it became a ground rule double. Instead of having guys scoring, you had two runners on base, and that made a huge difference.
I played Little League, Mario. I don't remember that rule. But I wasn't that great, so.
That's because Dave Roberts wasn't your coach, probably, or your manager, so there.
There you have it, that's it.
There's a Kopech in the back.
He didn't disappoint. It is a fantastic, fantastic parade.
Banda, bitty, bitty, banda.
Yeah, look at this. Look at everyone all teamed up, so happy.
All right, let's see who's on this bus here. A lot of friends and family. Yeah, baby. I'm still getting over the banda moment. We got another bus coming up.
I don't want to know where Shohei is.
Who's on this one? Let's see, let's see. Yeah, a lot of friends and family on the back buses. Oh, this did not disappoint. What was your reaction?
Oh my God, this is amazing. This is LA.
Mookie Betts came by and everyone started shouting.
Hey, MVP, MVP. But I think Roki, he was the MVP for this one.
Right?
Yeah.
For sure. People not forgetting Mookie Betts.
I'm just living the dream right now, man. I'm just living in their dreams, baby. Woo!
Of course. Of course. So many moments. This is what it's about. This is LA, baby. This is our moment in time. So communal, so much love. This is just what people have been wanting. You're seeing just people share moments together, share pictures and videos, help each other out, and take it all in, seeing their Dodgers. Oh! What was your favorite moment?
Oh my God, favorite moment, Kike with his shirt off. That was pretty good. See Max Muncy out there enjoying himself. It was great to see Max. I didn't see Shohei, but I know he's up there somewhere.
That was just a lot to take in. That you had to just, do a quick panoramic view to take it all in.
Oh yeah, it's a head-turning moment. You just keep on swiveling your head. There's something everywhere to look at.
The friends, the families. What was your favorite moment?
Oh no, let's go Dodgers!
Let's go Dodgers! What was your favorite moment?
Just screaming. When Klein came out, he said hi to me. I pointed him out, he said hi to me, pointing me back.
Yes. Magic said hi to me too. He pointed at me. So many magical moments here. The people want more here. 7th and Hope. The buses are about to turn on Figueroa before they head to the stadium. The skies are filled with blue confetti. I'm just taking it in myself, guys. We'll send it on back to you.
Of course, Michelle had her own personal moment there, but to listen to the fan in the crowd that she spoke to said, I am living a dream right now. I am living a dream. I'm sure he epitomizes, speaks for the thousands of people who are out there right now.
It's not just the players, the Dodgers who are living this. I mean, they're such an integral part of Los Angeles. And, we talk about last January and the wildfires and how disastrous and the focus was on Southern California then. And we fast forward now 11 months and look at this. And
we need something to celebrate. Yeah, the city of
and these crowds are celebrating. These are not quiet crowds. These are very, very emotional crowds that are just letting it all out as they see their superstars and heroes in front of them. Yeah, living the dream.
They can finally relax.
Well, yes, because when you saw the game on Saturday night, you're thinking, okay, there's going to be a parade. Maybe it'll be Wednesday or Thursday when they have time to catch their breath. Oh no, they said immediately it was going to be
There's
Monday
Teoscar
morning.
Hernandez, another one of the bright spots of this team. Such a humble guy. Teoscar always coming through. He's just the most humble, most approachable, coolest guys you'll ever meet. We love our Teo. And he's bilingual, so we get the Telemundo side and we get the KMBC side, and he's always happy to talk to us.
And don't I remember earlier this year he was trying to teach Shohei Ohtani and Yamamoto
Yeah, that final video was beautiful. That's right.
All right, so we're going to bring it.
All right, seeing a sea of Dodger blue there, the streets of downtown LA as they make their way to Dodger Stadium. We are going to make a way to a break. See you on the other side of 2 minutes on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. Back here now at 2:55 on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. I'm Jane Monreal. If you're wondering if this lovely weather is going to last, majestic storm joining our Ben Thompson and Lisa Washington earlier on WCNC Charlotte for your weather update.
Forecast on this Monday.
It's gorgeous today, and temperatures will continue to get warmer and warmer as we progress throughout our work week. I mean, we're really in store for a comfortable and quiet first week of November. There you go, live camera coming in from Dallas. It is gorgeous, clear skies there. Few more clouds still holding on right here in Lylesville, but it is nice really across the Carolinas. We're not seeing anything significant. Now, you may have noticed, hopefully you have by this time, that daylight saving time did come to an end yesterday at 2 a.m. So you still may notice that the time on your stove or your microwave or maybe even your car is still wrong. We got to change it because we officially did have to turn those clocks back. We did gain an extra hour of sleep. Sunrise this morning was at 6:46, so a much earlier sunrise, but with an earlier sunrise will still come an earlier sunset tonight right before 5:30. It's going to be very sunny and mild. Hey, our work week overall, let's just keep this going. Sunny conditions, temperatures into the 70s. If you like to play pickleball outside or you want to head out to the golf course, this week is going to be excellent for that. This upcoming weekend, enjoy it before we do have a big drop in those temperatures as we're heading into next week. But we don't have to talk about that yet. Still very mild out there, 60 degrees in Rock Hill, much cooler up there towards Boone, of course, 47 degrees. Now here's how today will play out for now the third day of November, rising back into right around those mid-60s. Seasonal temperatures for us, and most of us holding on to clear sunny skies throughout the daytime hours. Clear skies tonight, really allowing those temperatures to drop overnight as well. Waking up tomorrow for our Tuesday, you can see temperatures will mainly be into the lower end of the 40s, 41 degrees in Charlotte, 36 in Boone, and 36 up towards Jefferson. So it's just getting to be that time of the year. If you work outside in the elements, you want to keep those layers handy. If you have any outdoor pets, make sure you're properly taking care of them as well as temperatures continue to get cooler and cooler. Yesterday we topped off at 63 degrees. It was a pretty nice Sunday, wasn't it? Today will be warmer though, right around 67 degrees. And if you like the trend of warmer weather, you'll like what's coming our way. Let's take you out to the mountains where we do have a nice mix of sun and clouds. 51 for your high today in Banner Elk as well as Blowing Rock. As we're looking towards the foothills, mid-60s from Lenore, Morganton, Hickory. You had some fog out there for some places this morning, but that has already mixed out by this point. Heading into the Charlotte metro area, we're looking at nothing but clear skies and a whole lot of sunshine. 67 degrees out there towards Rockingham. Warming up, 68 degrees for tomorrow, nothing but sunny skies, then nearly 75 degrees by Wednesday. And look at this will be the next 10 days, well above average temperatures. We should be right around 67, 68 degrees for our high. But look at next week, you guys. Take a look at the screen, going from 70s to temperatures only into the 50s for our highs and lows right around freezing. So yes, no excuses to take advantage of this nice weather. It's nice and clear out there for most of us. If you still need to take down those Halloween decorations, today would be a good day to do it, or dare I say, start putting up some Christmas decorations. Sunny skies across the board today and tomorrow. I mean, look at those rain chances. We have absolutely zero through Friday, and then this upcoming weekend, just very small chances returning. There's that Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. Sunny skies taking us into a very pleasant first week of November. Even as we're heading into this upcoming weekend, not bad, still 70s, and it's really not until next week where we'll see those temperatures only rise into the 50s.
All right, so there you have it. Hopefully you can get out and enjoy the forecast for yourself. We do have to take a quick break here. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more news on the other side. Thanks for sticking with us here on Live Impact News. Welcome back, everyone, to Live Impact News. I'm Vanessa Rufus, taking over for Jane Monreal. I want to talk about one of the local impacts we're seeing here in Charlotte, North Carolina, because of the ongoing government shutdown. And this is really a narrative we're seeing across the country, the suspension of SNAP benefits this month and how local municipalities and state level agencies are working to try to fill the need, keep food on the table for folks who rely on essentially food stamps. Mecklenburg County officials today with a big announcement on how they plan to supplement things. Let's listen into that announcement from, once again, just a little bit ago today.
Press conference and update. I am joined today by members of my Health and Human Service leadership team. Some of them include, to my left, Kim Henderson, who is the Director for Child, Family, and Adult Services. Also to my left is Dr. Renard Washington, who is the Director of the Public Health Department. And to my right, we have Yolanda Griffin, who's the Department Director for our Community Resource Centers. And last but certainly not least, I am pleased to introduce to you all my new Deputy County Manager over Health and Human Services, Dr. Kim Campbell. And behind me, of course, someone that needs no introduction, is our Chairman of the Board, Mr. Mark Jarrell. We're here to provide you with a community update. Following the delay of SNAP benefits as a result of the ongoing government shutdown and directive from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, as part of today's update, I will provide an overview of Mecklenburg County's emergency response efforts to mitigate the impact of the disruption of SNAP benefits will have on residents that depend on the program for critical food and nutrition services. This disruption in benefits is impacting vulnerable populations in our community, including children, seniors, people with disabilities, and our low-income households. As many of you are aware, despite having the largest amount of SNAP recipients in North Carolina, Mecklenburg County is not permitted, nor are we financially in a position to supplement the costs associated with the federal program. The estimated monthly value of these halted benefits is $24 million, or about $175 per participant per month. This disruption in service will affect approximately 138,500 individuals across 63,000 households. Despite a pause in benefits, Mecklenburg County will continue to provide food and nutrition services through our ongoing programs, our community resource centers, in addition to processing SNAP applications and renewals. As an organization responsible for health and well-being of our residents, Mecklenburg County cannot sit idle given our knowledge of the devastating impact that this pause in benefits will have on our community members. In the days leading up to the disruption in service, Mecklenburg County began establishing a contingency plan in response to the realities we now face. Today, I would like to announce that Mecklenburg County is prepared to devote $740,000 to undergird our food resources, increase capacity for our pantries and food distribution sites in anticipation of the acute increase in demand that this disruption in service will propel. The identified emergency funds will support the expansion of food pantry resources and distribution efforts, establish a temporary emergency food assistance initiative, provide incentives at local farmers markets, and aid in the collection of additional food resources. The expansion of food pantry resources will provide 28,000 additional weekly food boxes to be distributed by Nourish Up. This will also include the purchase of additional food to be distributed at the county's resources center. As part of our plan to expand our community's food distribution efforts, Mecklenburg County will expand mobile market food distribution for SNAP-eligible seniors with additional food supply and service time. In addition, we will be distributing turkeys to about 1,000 households at the Ella B. Scarborough Community Resource Center. The established new and temporary emergency food assistance initiative we are launching will provide $50 of food gift cards to any resident newly approved for emergency SNAP benefits during this time. As part of the county SNAP Double Bucks incentive at local farmers markets, we will provide special one-time $50 farmers market vouchers to eligible SNAP households. Last but certainly not least, to allow for our residents to assist further in our emergency response efforts, we will be installing food donation boxes at our public libraries and park and recreation facilities. In addition, we have partnered with Nourish Up to create a new online portal for financial donations. Individuals willing to donate can do so at nourishup.org/MECCares. Again, that is nourishup.org/MEC-cares. Mecklenburg County will continue to collaborate with our community partners to ensure that impacted families receive the support they need during this time. We will be doing so as we continue to work with our local, state, and federal partners to reinstate the timely delivery of the critical SNAP benefits. The county is not alone in our efforts. There are various organizations and churches leaning in and working hard to fill the current void established as a result of the current federal government shutdown. I would like to publicly thank all of our community partners, the Mecklenburg County of Commissioners, and of course our county staff for their support and efforts during this critical time. As an organization, we acknowledge the fierce urgency of this moment, which is why our plan places great value on both a swift deployment of resources and impact. To be frank, we are doing our part. However, despite the outlined response that I just shared with you, the need for food and nutrition assistance in Mecklenburg County is still immense. We remain in dire need for the current shutdown to draw to a close in a way that will make our community once again whole. The efforts that I've shared, while meaningful, address only a fraction of what is needed for our vulnerable population. We have 138,500 individuals that are receiving these benefits across 63,000 households. As we roll out the county's emergency response, I would like to ask our residents and community partners for some grace. We may have a few hiccups in our rollout, but we'll be sure to address them accordingly and as they arise. Before I open up for any question that you may have, I'd like to give our chair of the board an opportunity to address you as well. Mr. Chair.
Well, thank you, Mike. Good morning, everyone. First, let me start off by just saying thank you. Certainly want to thank the county manager for his leadership during this time. Also, his amazing executive team that is behind me, as well as all of the Board of County Commissioners. We are really, as the manager said, we're leaning into this situation. 63,000 households, 138,000 individuals. We're taking this situation extremely seriously. The Board of County Commissioners is ready and we stand at the ready to take any recommendations from our staff. This is a first step. We acknowledge that it's a first step, but as conditions change on the ground, we'll continue to look for recommendations from our staff to move forward. I do want to thank our community partners. As was stated by the manager, so many people in this community have reached out. They want to lean in, they want to help, they understand the urgency and the impact. And so I want to thank all of them, from our faith community to our nonprofit partners and everyone else. And that's exactly what this community is about. We step up and lean in. We're going to continue to do that. And as conditions change, we'll change and adjust. So thank you, everybody. I want to thank our team once again.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Now, this time, myself, as well as members of my leadership. Yes. $40,000 is coming. We had
him in English. Yeah. She will translate his answers to you, and if you could just keep them together.
So what are a couple of the key points that this plan is going to be addressing? Who's it going to be benefiting?
Sure. So Mecklenburg County is providing $740,000 to provide some assistance to minimize the impact from the delay of the SNAP benefits. That funding will go towards gift cards, food gift cards, as well as extending the hours for our pantries, along with some other services such as turkeys that will be given out in November, to provide some assistance to this 138,500 residents that are going to be impacted. But I want you all again to be mindful that this is only a fraction of the population that this funding will support. Actually, it's about 30%. So the need is greater than the resources that we currently have that we're providing, but we stand strong in terms of providing the support and doing our part to support those individuals that will be impacted.
El condado de Mecklenburg se ha preparado con $740,000 para ayudar a alrededor de un 30% de la comunidad de las necesidades básicas con los alimentos. Eso cubre ayuda a poner más despensa en las despensas de alimentos que tenemos disponibles, al igual que se va a hacer a dar pavos para el Día de Acción de Gracias también, y eso solamente cubre algunos 30%. La necesidad es muy grande y entonces nos estamos preparando para ayudar en lo más posible. Nos hemos preparado para ayudar en la cantidad más posible de las personas.
The other thing,
del condado. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
The other thing I want to stress is, once again, Mecklenburg County, along with the other 99 counties, are not permitted to supplement this funding to support the SNAP benefits. In Mecklenburg County, the monthly cost is about $24 million. To put that in context, the value of 1 cent is about $31 million as well. So we're not legally can we do that, nor do we have the resources to support it as well. And we want to just make that clear. However, despite that, we're providing $740,000 to provide some assistance to minimize that impact.
So, el condado de Mecklenburg ni ningún otro condado de 99 condados del estado de North Carolina está permitido a suplementar los beneficios de alimentos y nutrición. Entonces, a pesar de eso, hemos tomado la iniciativa de sacar $740,000 para ayudar de alguna manera a las familias en estos momentos.
Thank you. Yes.
So is there a specific amount of time that you're expecting the $740,000 to last?
All right, folks, a quick pivot away from this Mecklenburg County announcement regarding SNAP benefits. We want to turn now to an impact we're seeing on the road here, breaking developments. We've got a crash that was tying up at least a couple of lanes in the northbound direction of 77 for several moments. It's just now moved onto the shoulder, as you could see with these live images that's seen there on the left-hand side of your screen. Just wanted to put this on your radar if you are heading out anytime soon or you know someone who's heading this way. 77 near Tyvola Road in the South Charlotte area. Seeing some backups in the northbound direction, backing up roughly to the 485 junction. So just make sure that you're leaving a little bit early, and of course being careful for emergency crews on scene. Once again, 77 northbound Tyvola Road. Some delays we're seeing due to a crash that was blocking some lanes, now moved onto the shoulder. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. Meantime, time for a quick break here on Live Impact News. I'm Vanessa Rufus. We'll see you in a couple minutes. Welcome back, everyone, to Live Impact News. We want to turn now to a court proceeding that is underway as we speak. We are hearing, as court is hearing, a challenge against the deployment of the National Guard in Tennessee. And this is the deployment regarding the city of Memphis. You might remember that the governor, Bill Lees, deployed the National Guard to the city at the request of President Trump. So we have some proceedings to show you in court right now. Let's listen in.
Please be specific and tell me the precise relief
I think
that you're asking, and I don't happen to have that order that I did not enter in front of me. Do you? But that's what you're pointing to.
Yeah, that is. I may not have it handy, Your Honor. I think what maybe. I'm happy to send a supplemental letter after, but I'm okay.
I'm asking
okay.
Today.
I think
in your restraint, I have the order that I did put down, and I quoted from your proposed order. Seek a restraining order enjoining defendants from, quote, taking further action under the Title 32 deployment of the National Guard and restoring the status quo ante. So that was from your motion.
That was, Your Honor, and if we stand by how we're here on a hearing on that motion, and we'll stand by how we phrased the request in that motion.
I did put my hands on the proposed order finally. No, I'm sorry, that's a different order.
think the phrasing in the motion itself is consistent. Well, the language you read.
That I read from in the motion?
Yes. I think we would be satisfied and believe that that would be sufficient to give complete relief to our clients.
To restrain the defendants from taking further action under the Title 32 deployment of the National Guard and restoring the status quo ante.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And I always like to ask, if a restraining order were to issue, and I've not made any decision one way or the other, if a restraining order were to issue, what do you consider an appropriate bond amount to be? Because an injunction has to be secured by a bond.
Absolutely, Your Honor. And we'll comply with those requirements. I think under the circumstances here, a fairly nominal amount would be appropriate. Something in the 2 or 3 digit range. We certainly want to comply with the requirements of the rules that they be secured by a bond, but in light of the public interest that is we're seeking to vindicate here, we think a bond of manageable value would be appropriate.
All right. Anything else you would like the court to consider? And I will give you an opportunity for rebuttal.
Okay. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
All right.
I'll rest.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Cody Brandon here for the defendants, Governor Lee, Adjutant General Ross, and Attorney General Scarametti, who respectfully asked this court to deny plaintiff's motion for temporary injunction. If the court will indulge me a moment, I appreciate the valiant efforts of our colleagues from out of state. I think we have D.C., Mississippi, New York, and Texas all represented in this litigation to respond quickly and get prepared for this hearing in a quick manner. If they will, and the court will indulge me just a moment of state pride as a Tennessee lawyer, they may know, and I think they all flew in, so probably missed the signs on the way driving in, but Tennessee has a nickname, the volunteer state. We plaster it on a lot of our signage and licenses and whatnot. I'd be impressed, though opposing counsel is very bright, so maybe not necessarily surprised, if they knew how we earned that nickname back in the War of 1812 in our fight against the British. Tennesseans stepped up. And Tennessee has re-earned that nickname time and again in the 2 centuries since then. From David Crockett's stand alongside Texans at the Alamo, to the heroics of Sergeant York and others like him in the 2 Great World Wars, to the service of over 10,000 Tennesseans in the operations Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom. And that volunteer spirit has never been bounded by the battle lines. From hurricanes like Katrina to wildfires and tornadoes, Tennesseans are always the first to step up and to stand in the gap when our fellow citizens need help. In the hours after the terrorist attack on September 11, 2001, the Tennessee Air National Guard's 118th Wing C-130 was the only plane in the skies for a few hours. It wasn't on a military mission. It was transporting a liver to Houston for a 6-month-old baby girl that needed an emergency surgery. And in the days following September 11th, our National Guard was deployed at airports across the state to enhance security there. Even just a few years ago, in the COVID-19 emergency, the Guard was out in the communities performing tests, giving vaccines, supporting hospitals short on staff. This is what Tennessee does. It's who we are as a state. And now it is our own that need a hand. Memphis has long been one of Tennessee's and America's great cities. It's a hub for commerce, technology, music, agriculture, sports, and food. But its citizens have faced an overwhelming threat. They've been terrorized, murdered, raped, and robbed by violent criminals and gangs. Memphis stands out in the nation for crime, unfortunately. It's top in the nation for violent crime. It's top in the nation for property crime. It's third in the nation for murder. It stands out in Tennessee for crime, too. A whole quarter of the most serious crime committed in Tennessee happens in Memphis. There were more Memphians murdered last year than in Nashville, Knoxville, Chattanooga, Murfreesboro, Jackson, and Clarksville all combined. Memphis triples Nashville's per capita homicide rate, and because of that overwhelming crime, more crime goes unsolved in Memphis than in most other Tennessee cities. And it's not just private citizens, individual on individual violence that opposing counsel suggested. Organized crime and gangs drive much of the violence in Memphis. A sample of federal prosecutions from last year paint that story. Last month, 6 gang members were indicted for attempted murder. Earlier this year, 8 gang members were indicted for racketeering, murder, robbery, and drug trafficking. This summer, a gang member was convicted for a gang-related murder. Earlier this spring, a gangster was sentenced for his leadership role in a drug conspiracy with the Memphis mob. And also this spring, the first of 18 co-defendants was sentenced for the gang's fentanyl and meth trafficking ring in Memphis. To help Memphis face this threat, Tennesseans and Americans of all stripes stepped up. 31 federal, state, and local agencies have poured scores of people and many more resources into the Memphis Safe Task Force to restore order in Memphis. The governor concluded that the Tennessee National Guard could play an important role supporting that coordinated effort. So under the power granted to him explicitly under the state constitution and state statutes, he directed the Guard to support the efforts of the Memphis State Safe Task Force in freeing up police resources to do real police work to combat the scourge of disorder and violence.
Is there any written directive to that effect? You heard me ask plaintiff's counsel. The only thing that's been submitted to the court is a reference to the governor's office press release. That's the only thing that I have read.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm not aware of a written directive from the governor. I do know there are operational orders that have been issued out of the Adjutant General's office that
nothing from the governor's office.
Not that I'm aware of. And pursuant to those operational orders, and as the proof before Your Honor is indicated, the Guard is not making any arrests. They're supporting other task force agencies, mostly the Memphis Police Department and the Shelby County Sheriff's Office, with requests that are made to them. They're engaging in high visibility foot patrols in pedestrian areas to deter crime.
I'm not seeing any operational orders from that Adjutant General either.
No,
They have not been made part of the record.
We haven't, Your Honor. The declaration from Lieutenant Colonel Clements details the operation of the Tennessee National Guard in Memphis, and as far as I know, that's not been contradicted in any way by proof by the plaintiffs. They, according to Lieutenant Colonel Clements, are assisting with traffic control while other agencies execute warrants to protect Memphians and those law enforcement agencies. And they've done things like comb the Wolf River for evidence of crime, stolen vehicles, and crime victims. The Memphis Safe Task Force, with the Guard's support, has been dramatically and undeniably successful. They've arrested nearly 1,400 criminals in the last few weeks, located 67 missing children, and recovered 250 firearms. There's been significant drops in murder, aggravated assault, sexual assault, robbery, burglary, larceny, and vehicle theft. Now, plaintiffs, the Shelby County Mayor, 2 of Shelby County's commissioners, 1 of the City of Memphis's council members, 2 of the state's 99 representatives, and 1 of its 33 senators disagree with the governor's decision to mobilize the National Guard. But until they're elected governor by the people of Tennessee and sit in the first floor of the Capitol down the street, that's not their decision to make. And just as it would be wrong for any of the plaintiffs to walk down to the Capitol and pick up the governor's pen and purport to command the National Guard, it's wrong for them to ask this court to pick up the governor's pen and command the National Guard. Tennessee's Constitution and General Assembly both vest explicitly the commander-in-chief power over Tennessee's National Guard in the governor. It's his power and duty to respond to emergencies in Tennessee. And it's important, not just in this case, but for the cases that follow it in the many years to come and in the many emergencies that will affect Tennesseans ahead of us, that Tennessee's governor can mobilize the Guard on the rare occasions it's necessary without her or his political competitors disrupting the chain of command through litigation. Inviting courts, as plaintiffs have done here, to overstep their role to meet the political whims of the moment will put future Tennesseans at risk. I want to start, Your Honor, the legal standards is important here. As the court's well aware, a temporary injunction is an extraordinary, dramatic remedy that should be entered only rarely and with great caution. Plaintiffs have the burden to prove 4 factors. First, their likelihood of success on the merits, and that includes proving that this case belongs in court in the first place, as well as establishing their theories on the merits. They also have to show irreparable harm to themselves, the plaintiffs, that harm outweighs the harm that would result to the defendants, the governor, adjutant general of entering an injunction, and that the public interest favors an injunction. They must show all 4 of those factors by clear evidence. It's not enough to poke holes in declarations without evidence that contradicts them at all. They lose on all 4 factors here, but the court can stop its analysis on the merits. The merits is dispositive for 2 reasons. First, the threshold issues, which this court...
All right, folks, we are going to take a quick break here. We'll be back on the other side about 2 minutes from now with the very latest, either dipping into this feed once again with the court proceedings regarding the suing over the deployment of the National Guard in Tennessee, or we do still have Dodgers World Series celebrations that are still underway over on the West Coast, so that is another potential for a feed. We'll see you in a couple minutes. All right, welcome back, everyone, to Live Impact News. I'm Vanessa Rufus. We will indeed go to Los Angeles, where celebrations for the Los Angeles Dodgers are underway, back-to-back world champs. Right now, we've got Joe Davis taking the podium there, and he is the voice of the Dodgers. Let's listen in.
And then again, they're starting to plan the parade in Toronto. And then Miguel Miggy Rojas happened. Killer did it again. Will Smith happened. And these boys proved to beat the champ, you gotta knock them out. They're still standing. Back-to-back champions, the Los Angeles Dodgers. We got 2 tables, but only 1 trophy. Where's the skipper?
Hey, Joe.
Dave Roberts. You got any idea where that other trophy is?
I got this covered, Joe. I got a good friend of mine that's got this on lock. Hey, Ice Cube, why don't you come on in right now?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the microphone the owner of the Dodgers, Mark.
I can't tell you what this is like. People out in the parade, all of you here, you're the greatest fans in the world. You really are. The team, the staff, they never gave up. All the way down to the very last out, which we won. And so all I have to say to you is we'll be back next year.
Now one of the most accomplished executives in sports, in another great jacket, Stan Kasten. Back-to-back jacket.
Thank you, Joe. Listen, all of you know, everyone on this stage behind me has spent their lives trying to get here today. Literally, everything they have worked for since they were small children was to be here today. But we also know that all of you feel it just as strongly as everyone on this stage. We know that you agonize with us when we're going through agony, and we know you are just as joyful today as all of us are having been on this side. So to all of you here today, to the 4 million people who came to our stadium this year, to the millions and millions of Dodger fans across the country and around the world, thank you, thank you, thank you. Without your support, none of this could have happened. Thank you all for coming.
The lead architect of the back-to-back champions, Andrew Friedman.
Your Los Angeles Dodgers are back-to-back World Series champions. From the offseason to Tokyo to Toronto, it was all about getting back to this day. The parade, sharing this moment with our incredible fans was what fueled us to get here. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and I can't tell you how much this day means to all of us. Living it, experiencing it with you guys, bringing it back is everything. So to the most loyal and dedicated fans in all of sports, I have a crazy idea for you. How about we do it again? Thank you.
His right-hand man, the general manager, Brandon Gomes.
We can't thank you guys enough. This is a true organizational effort from scouting, player development, R&D, front office, coaching staff, such a tightly knit group, and all working so hard each and every day. This is the best group of teammates I've ever been around in my life. And the one thing that I know is beautiful about today, on top of all other things, is we get to honor the GOAT, Clayton Kershaw, the greatest competitor we'll ever see. So enough talking from us, let's get it to the players.
We're going to get to the GOAT, I promise you that. We're going to save the best for last. Speaking of best, though, it doesn't matter how you slice it, you cannot deny what the manager of the Dodgers has done over the last decade. Historic greatness, a third world championship for the Hall of Fame bound Dave Roberts.
All right, I can't talk about ruining anything today, guys. I'm sorry to disappoint. But we talked last year about running it back, and before I get to that, a word stuck out really to me after we won Game 7, the word mirror. And the reason I bring this word up is because every time we take the field, our players look in the mirror, and what we see
is you guys. We see toughness. We see passion. We see perseverance. Yeah, we like good weather too. But I'll tell you right now, this group of guys right now was never going to be denied to bring this city another championship. And I hope every single day when you guys look in the mirror, as you guys unpack this season, you look back at each one of these guys and see what they sacrifice for each other and most importantly, for you guys. The last thing I'll say, I talked to a good friend of mine yesterday on the plane, and he gave me the okay to use this phrase. Pat Riley, what's better than two? Three! 3P! 3P! Let's go!
Who's ready to hear from some of your players? Throughout baseball history, there are names that we know. Not in every case is that player a perennial all-star, a guy that you know is headed to the Hall of Fame. What they always are somebody who stayed ready for his moment. We hadn't seen him in a couple weeks, but he stayed ready for the moment he's been waiting his whole life for. Into the lineup in Game 6. World Series legend in Game 7. A name that'll live forever. Miguel Rojas.
Fire fans, you deserve this. You pack this place every single day. We play in front of 50,000 people every single night, and you deserve this day. We're back-to-back champions. But it's not about me. It's all about all these guys behind me. We couldn't be here if we Freddie don't hit that homer in game number 3. Give it up for him. We couldn't be here. I know we're going to talk about this later. If Yamamoto don't pitch game 2 and throw a complete game, we're not here. And we're not here if Barrett don't catch a ball in center field in extra innings. It's not about me. It's about everybody on this organization doing what they need to do when the name is called, right, Doug? And I got one more thing, and that's the only thing that I want to share with you guys. This guy's birthday today, Rocky. DJ, can you give me that song? Give me that song, DJ. No, that song, DJ, no, that song. No, that song. Suéltale Rocky, Rocky, suéltale Rocky, báilale Rocky, suéltale Rocky, báilale Rocky. Báilale Rocky, suéltale Rocky. Pa, 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 pa. Happy birthday, Rocky. Let's go.
Happy birthday, Roki Sasaki. All right. This next guy is the sweetest, baddest man on the planet. He is the tallest 5'4" 5'10" guy I have ever seen. He is the World Series MVP. Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Buenas tardes. You know what? Losing isn't an option. Thank you, my teammates, my coaches, our amazing staff, and all the fans. We did it together. I love the Dodgers. I love Los Angeles. Arigato.
And it promised. What a fitting conclusion, career of one of the greatest that has ever lived. Cliffhanger. Using the word greatest is a pretty good segue, though. They said, when is this guy going to get it? When is World Series? And then when his team needed him the most, was there ever any doubt that this guy would be there, grinding away to find it? And when the moment called for it, Mookie Betts was there to deliver how he always is. The only active player now with a 4th ring, Marcus Slim Betts.
Since I got here, we've been winning. I got 4. Now it's time to feel the hand all the way up, baby. For 5. 3-peat ain't never sounded so sweet. Somebody make that a t-shirt. I want to say you guys have made my time here something unbelievable. I love everybody here, and I thank y'all.
This next guy's trying to avoid eye contact, as if we don't make eye contact, I'm not going to hand him the microphone. Well, if you stop hitting epic home runs, you won't have to talk. Walk-off grand slam in 2024. Walk-off home run in the 18th inning of Game 3 in 2025. Freddie Freeman.
Thank you, Los Angeles. Like Mookie said, ever since I got here, we started winning. And there is nothing better than hoisting up these trophies for you guys. Just like Stan said, over 4 million of you came to watch us play this year, and we delivered. Job in 2024 done. Job in 2025 done. Job in 2026 starts now.
are certain walk-up songs I know that we all like. We don't dislike any of them, but there are some, when those hit, it's like, oh yeah, something fun's about to happen. Give me that Kike music. Kike Hernandez. Hello, 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 hello. What up, Dodger Nation? It's October's very own. Man, thank you, thank you. I apologize for the blackout that's about to happen. Standing here, you know, playing the most games in October for this franchise, for this really big team that has a lot of really big rings. It's a true honor. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. This past decade for me has been amazing. What else should I say? My teammates have been pretty humble. But I think it's time to talk that shit. Everybody's been asking questions about a dynasty. How about 3 and 6 years? How about a back-to-back? Yes, we're a mother effing dynasty, baby! And I want to take this time to apologize to absolutely fucking nobody. The triple champ does what the fuck he wants. October out.
Sorry, folks, we apologize for the strong language. This is a live, unedited feed, as you can see, and a lot of excitement on behalf of some of these Dodgers players. So with that, we just want to give you kind of a extra heads up as we continue on with this live feed of this celebration after the Dodgers World Series win, back-to-back, as you heard them reflecting on. We're actually going to be coming up pretty close here to our news at 4, so we're going to continue on with this feed, but in just a few minutes we'll be rolling in to our 4 o'clock news as you keep it here on WCNC+.